And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words, but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says nuck if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes. But don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, all right, all right. Microphone check 1, 2. If you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know if you can hear me. Let's break it down. I know I'm irritating people with this dude, but let's see what he's got to say now. This is from the Prince of Pan-Africanism, whatever the hell that is. Anyway, let's check it out.
In the words of the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. King said,
welcome, okay.
Dr. King said, the time is always right to do right. What we waiting for? Dr. King said, the time is always ripe to do right. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to organize. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to build a school. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to fight back against racism. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to boycott non-African businesses. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to teach our own children. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to provide for our women and children and elders. Y'all keep waiting for the perfect moment to take back the black community. There are no perfect moments. Every moment is the perfect moment because Dr. King said the time is always right to do right. What are you waiting for? Justice delayed is justice denied. Justice delayed is justice denied. My Chicago Africans, I'm a little disappointed in some of you. My Chicago Africans, my New York City Africans, I love you both. You cities gave birth to the Prince of Pan-Africanism. It was Chicago and New York who put me out front of the movement. Chicago and New York, but I'm disappointed because you are too docile. Chicago and New York are too docile in the face of extermination through migrant immigration. You are too docile. You're
Ooh, okay. So basically, was clear what he's saying here. It's funny because in my observation, they're selectively docile, not too docile. Well, that too, but selectively docile.
Response is too docile. The response from Chicago and New York, we got activists out there, but I'm talking about the people, because there is no movement without the people. The masses make differences, not individuals. The masses make the difference, not the individuals. The masses make the difference, not the individuals. Why don't we see New York City and Chicago fighting back in mass? In mass. Y'all should be at LaGuardia Air.
No, they're not fighting in mass. They're all on YouTube, whining. The men. That's how it's going down. And really, quite honestly, lining up and putting energy into protests when we need to put more energy into performance. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for protest, definitely. But we need to perform better.
Airport laying on the strip. Ain't no airplanes landing until y'all stop this migrant takeover, this black purge. That's all it is. It's a black purge with brown people. It's a black purge with brown people. It's a
Welcome, Bitide in the house. Bitide. Oh, I get a bit tired. Okay, I get that's clean. That's clean. I don't see the thing is that this I call this externalism where we have enough issues within ourselves to solve first before concerning ourselves with others. I mean, he's been evidence to seeing how these men treat the women in our community, how how black men treat their own women in our community. It's not that great. Let's start there, bro. Can we start right there? Can we kind of try to improve the quality of living in our communities between us first, and then see where we can go from there? Because one of the best ways to be a very good activist is to lead by example. And for us to do that, we have to lead by control of ourselves first. So he's basically sending uncontrolled people out to represent us. And that's not going to work. Here we go.
It's a black purge with brown people. Chicago, New York, you got to get ready. Chicago, the Democratic Convention is in your city. Chicago, the Democratic National Convention is in your city. The time is now, Chicago. The time is now. The Democratic Convention is in Chicago. Y'all better show up and show out. Y'all better show up and we all better go to Chicago, New York included, and show up and show out. If Black America is going to make a stand, it needs to be in Chicago this Black August. This Black August, the Democratic National Convention is in Chicago. It's time to show up and show out. Every gang, every gangster,
What?
every corner boy, every African, every American African, immigrant African, we better show up and show out at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, Black August.
I'm sorry, but the gangs and the gangsters have the black gangs and the black gangsters have pretty much joined the Republican Party along with along with along with the hate groups on the other side. I mean, really makes basically that's what it is, right? They vibing the same, right? Welcome, May is a fat Albert's sister. Welcome, Go Go Glow. Welcome, a bit tired. Welcome, Gold Reflection. Welcome, Legs for Life. Welcome, OK. All right, everybody up in here tonight. Welcome, Legs for Life. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. I just wanted to play that for a minute because it's important for us to understand where he's coming from. Basically, the thing is that the let me check out the title of this. Okay. The title of this is Our Men Don't Have the Drive or Desire to Build. But then he goes on this speech here, and quite honestly, it's kind of like not going to work. Um, he's too late, and I'll tell you why. Most of the men in our community now are just focused on controlling women. They've given up trying to control their own lives or control their destiny as it pertains to a good career or something like that. Instead, they focused on being, on just losing to men and trying to control women instead. And and I don't know, it might work. Unfortunately, not for them. They'll find out, they'll find out later on how bad the idea is. But for now, they think it's working. Go Go Glow says this. I'm tired of Monique and Kat bullying our black citizens, whether the victim started it or not. We will definitely dig in deep and see what's going on. That's for sure tonight. May is Fat Albert's sister says this. DJ Torch, are things okay? Why were you where were you filming in a motel? Did you no, 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 everything's all good. I'm traveling. About to head back tomorrow though. But yeah, I'm everywhere. Sometimes you gotta move around a little bit, you know? Got things to do. A bit tired. Y'all in here trolling. Yeah, a bit tired. They try. They try. You know. Let's keep it going now. Let me rewind
up?
this. Okay, let me rewind this for a minute. I want you to hear the life of Shay Shannon Sharp. Let's listen to it real quick. Here we go.
Remember, Nightcap doesn't have.
Wait. Let me fast forward a little bit. Okay, here we go.
So
The full story.
at Black College Beach Week, she was fired.
Okay, wait.
All right. it's ready.
Ocho. That was in the early 90s.
Okay, early 90s, so you're around my age. Okay.
Met this chick
Okay.
at
The fact that he said chick is already a little bit of a red flag, but we'll let it fly. Let's let it fly. Here we go.
Wait a minute. What's
I
her
ain't
name
telling
now?
that.
Give us a
No.
full story.
at Black College Beach Week. She was fired. She
Woohoo!
was fired. She
Notice how they rate their women. That's already a bad sign right there. When you rate your see, the funny thing is that these men want to be successful with women, but since their first focus is on visual, it never turns out, and they don't realize that compatibility has very little to do with appearance. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
probably 120. She was petite, but she had big natural boobs.
So here's old uncle trying to tell men how to be men, and he's telling you about his selection process. Notice how he led with appearance, which technically back in the day, especially around his age, would be seen as shallow. Also notice that basically he hasn't named one character trait at all. Let's see how far it takes for us to get there. Here we go.
Nice hair.
Yeah.
So it was a bunch of us, and we were playing this game called Questions. You ask somebody a question, and they got to answer with a question, or they have to take a drink. So if I ask you your name, you can't say Ocho.
Right.
You got to ask where you from, or do you have a car?
You guys are missing these little tiny things. Let's go back here again. Listen closely. little tiny things coming out.
She was petite,
Uh-huh.
but she had
Yeah,
big
yeah.
natural boobs, nice hair.
Yeah.
You
Uh-huh.
know, so it was a bunch of us, and we were playing this game called Questions. You ask somebody a question, and they got to answer with a
Uh-huh.
question, or they have to take a drink.
Uh-huh.
So if
Take a drink of water? Or are kids in college drinking alcohol for fun? Which, don't get me wrong, I mean, that's what you want to do. But remember now, he's calling himself Unc, i.e., a role model, right?
So if I ask you your name, you can't say Ocho.
Right.
You got to ask where you from, or do you have a car? How old are you? So every time somebody asks you a question, you can't answer it.
Right.
You have to respond with a question. So we playing the game, but I noticed,
Right.
you know, it's some other heavyweights in the room. So I noticed
right.
she keep asking me questions. Now we met them at the gas station. They was getting gas. Me and my other partners, we would, you know, and so you know, I jump out the car. We got some other heavyweights, some other NFL players.
Yeah.
All right. I bet Todd says now, Torch, you know they was drinking. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? You know? Yeah, take a drink to diminish proper judgment and discernment. Exactly. They make it exactly gold reflection. They hide it behind a ceremony. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was down for it. Sandy Red in the house. Respect and courtesy, responsibility, accountability, diligence, perseverance, self-management skills, and self-control. Yeah, I'm telling you. And he said nothing about that. Old Unc, role model Unc. Let's keep it going. It was a long time ago. Maybe he's going to clean it up. Here we go.
Yeah, your boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. But now you know, you saw how your boy, I posted a picture back to 35 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
You see what I'm talking about. Now,
you're rocked up, man. Yeah.
Ocho. Now remember, I told you I was hell when I was well. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So mind you, this April. So I've been working out. So you know your boy chiseled. Sick.
Yeah. You should right. You
I
should
was
right.
like a Trump tax return. You know what I'm talking about, Ocho? Yeah, your boy was shredded. So you know, we talked.
Okay.
You know, we exchanged information because this was like a Saturday.
Okay. Exchanging information. We know nothing about her character. So he's giving her his number to a woman he doesn't really know well with it, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, come on. You know, he's a big guy. It's not like she's gonna beat him up, and she's petite. But basically it's like this. He has not shown any sort of vetting skill whatsoever.
I'm leaving to go back.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm leaving to go back to Savannah Sunday. We exchanged information. We talking. You know, hey, you got somebody? No, I done broke up, blah, blah, blah. I ain't got nobody.
Right.
I said, okay, cool. I said, man. So my brother said, hey, bro, I need you. I'm having a get together. I need you to come. I said, okay, no problem. I said, look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you to my brother's place in South Carolina. She's like, okay, cool. We come, have a good old time. You know, my brother have a pool party, you know, cooking, skewing, and everything. We having a good old time, you know, whoop, whoop, whoop. I said, okay, I kind of like this mofo.
No, okay. So did he call her mofo? Or was he just is it somebody else? Let's find out.
Nice. Ooh, had a great time. When I say great. I'm talking about Tony the Tiger. Great. Yeah,
great.
You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so now it's my turn to return the flavor. I'm going to her. I get down there. She picks me up. Said we got to go by the hospital. I said, well, we got to
wait. What state?
In
we
Florida.
in? Hold on.
We're in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, Miami?
Nope. As a matter of fact, I can't tell you because people gonna try to pinpoint everything. I ain't gonna tell you.
One second.
But anyway,
okay. Go ahead.
She picked me up at the airport. She said, we got to go by the hospital. I said, why we got to go by the hospital? She said, my sister is about to have a baby. Boom, no problem. We go by the hospital. By the time we get there,
Yeah.
sister had the baby. I was like,
Right.
I never met your sister. She said, no, she want to meet you. So I go in there. I meet the sister, meet her husband, meet the baby. To the day that she remembered me because we were cool, But anyway,
Right.
so I'm like, so go get a hotel. Now, mind you, I'm in the state of Florida, and it's a big city. Remember,
yeah.
She told me she ain't got nobody. I take her at her word. So I'm letting
shit.
your boy laying on that thing on a Friday night, done did, done went by.
Oops, my bad, y'all. Yeah, I was muted for a minute. Anyway, I guess what I was saying is this. Notice how he's gotten so far, like he's having this woman come over to his place. Not woman, really. These are young kids and everything. And notice that he has not said one character trait yet. And we are now 4 minutes into this video. Can you guys hear me okay? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Let's keep this going. Here we go.
Done went about 5 rounds. Your boy young, then your boy five.
God damn.
I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? So
5?
5.
Like, hold on. You did like 5, like in 3-minute intervals, like me? Or
now he's talking about you know what. So remember now, this man is a role model. I'm gonna keep the tape rolling. Here we go.
Went like 5
once, but I'm saying no. That whole day was 5 rounds. Because once we went and saw our sister,
okay.
We got a couple of rounds in, took a nap, got up, got another, went got some.
So far he's told us about a petite woman who has some big boobs, and then having her come by, had a great time, and nothing about character, nothing about personality, nothing about morals or anything like that. And now he's gotten a couple rounds with her. That's basically what he's told us so far. Here we go. Go ahead, Unc. Break it down.
Something to eat.
Okay.
So we got up the next morning.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, hey, let's go get some breakfast.
Good point. Good point. With good hair, which we all know is straight hair. That is very interesting. Here we go.
Every window in the car bust out. Every tire flat. Her boyfriend done found out what hotel we at and did that to the car.
Did you know? Okay, so basically this is what went down if you haven't caught up. He's telling us about a young lady, about his past, dating lives, his dating life, right? We met this young woman who we only know by appearance because that's all he's told us, which is a petite woman, big chest. Met her, took her to her brother's house, his brother's house. Then, so that's what we know so far. Then he went and visited her. They hung out. They went to a hotel, 4 or 5 rounds, and now they wake up in the morning, and I guess the rental car or her car got banged up because her ex-boyfriend, did that. Now, this is the funny part right here is it's kind of on him because if everything he told us was what he told us, he obviously didn't vet her right. Sounds like to me he should have chose better. He should have chose better. Because so tell me about you ask people, so tell me what's going on. Oh, and then if somebody goes, oh yeah, you know, um, this my ex is a nut. Well, then it's like you're gonna hit your brakes and go, well, okay, well, eh, what else? You know, is he going to be crazy? Is he going to do weird shit? Is he going to break out windows of a car? What? So anyway, let's find out more about Shannon Sharp. Let's see what he said.
Who car was
Hers.
it? It was hers? Wait, she had a
Yes.
boyfriend? You see what I'm talking about, man?
And he done put it on
So-
flats. Every window. If
He wasn't out there
If-
when you went out. He wasn't.
if
he
I'd
wasn't
have caught
there
him
when you
out
got
there, I'd have
there, huh?
whipped him. Cause that was some garden tool stuff that you did. Real dudes don't
Yeah,
do
but
no
you can't
stuff like
do-
that.
Yeah, a real
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that real dudes as far as real. Let's put it this way: any hood dudes will. Hood dudes will. So maybe he was in the hood. I don't know.
dudes don't do that, but you got to stay in your place if she lied. If she
Hey, no,
lied
no,
and
no,
said
no,
she
no.
ain't got nobody, that ain't your fight. That
Nah,
ain't your
don't
fight.
do no-
She put you in harm's way.
I don't know what it is. Oh. So now
She put
I
you in
got to
harm's
come.
way.
I got to come. Who you think got to repair everything?
I hope you ain't
I
pay
pay
for
for
it.
everything, Ocho.
Shit, me boy, you're a better
Wow, he paid for everything. I mean, wow. Okay, let's keep it going.
man than me. For one, I'm thinking about what if it didn't go that way? What if it didn't go to? What if he flattened the tires? What if he's waiting on you outside and you have a situation like you had before when Buddy pulled out that goddamn gun? They have
That's a good point. He brings up a good point. The problem is that this is what, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to show you. Okay, he could have simply chose better or bad, but it sounds like to me he caught her in transition and for a good reason because it sounds like her ex gave her all the reasons needed for her to leave. But some dudes are creepy. Some dudes become stalkers, and he turned out to be just that. But if he vetted her properly, and what I mean by vetting her is asking her questions about what's going on and relationships and all that, he would have been able to probably respond differently or maybe not at all. But watch what happens next. Here we go. Welcome, Phoenix Soul in the house.
there have been many instances with fellas like this where women have lied saying they ain't got nobody. Sometimes some of those fellas aren't even here to tell a story.
I don't know what you want me to tell you, Ocho.
Jealousy.
Yeah, it was. It
crazy.
was. It could. It
Ain't no,
could. Look,
ain't no.
later found out she had broken up with the guy for like a week, or like
A week, that ain't no breakup.
I'm
You
just
still-
telling you
still
because I read a couple of the messages and I couldn't believe you did this to me and all that kind of stuff because I said you put me in harm's
Right.
way. I just said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The primary thing is this. He was on to something when he said that the guy was doing the ex was doing garden tool type stuff. Okay. Now, I'm unclear about whether they were still in a broken up if they were still broken up. And when somebody breaks up with you, that means they're really, when they're with you, they are free to do what they want to do. But emotionally and maybe morally, you're supposed to be one-on-one. Well, she broke up with the dude. So I can only assume that she was still broken up when she met Shannon, and they basically got together when she was broken up. So this has nothing to do with her. Quite honestly. It has to do with two men. Okay? So for some reason, I think we're all getting wired. Men are getting wired to blame everyone but themselves for a situation getting out of hand. That's what I see. A situation getting way out of hand. If something like this happens I mean, number one, that was a valiant thing for him to do. I will give him this much. I will give Unc this much. At least he was valiant enough to pay for the damaged windows and whatnot. But I mean, it wasn't his fault. He was just there. Okay. But remember now how he got here. He got here because his vetting system, I was wrong for saying he didn't vet her, but he vetted her by appearance. And he obviously didn't ask her enough questions, because if you ask somebody enough questions, they will usually go ahead and let you know what's going on. Technically, from what he's been saying, she at that moment did not have a boyfriend. Okay. So let's keep it going. Let's find out more what we can find out. Here we go.
I said, you know who I
Yeah.
am. And at this time, Ocho, I'm just starting to become Shannon Sharp. I said, you put me in harm's way.
Right.
I said, this thing could have been a
Yeah.
lot of, this thing could have been a lot of different ways. So I was like, look, all you had to do is say, Shannon, I've just broke up with my boyfriend within a month or something like that. Cause I still, now
Yeah.
give me an opportunity. I'm probably still,
To make a
like you
decision.
said, Ocho, at that time I'm living.
See,
You know,
this is going to sound amazing, folks. That's not up to her to say that. She doesn't even really know you. Just because she got with you, right, doesn't mean she needs to tell you her whole life. That's why, believe it or not, see, this is how it goes down. If he would have taken his time, got to know her, got her to like him more, okay, over, it could be weeks, it might even be months, right? She would have told him what was going on, number one. Number two, time would have gone by, okay, and she may have been able to resolve to close things out with dude. Even though she may have closed things out, and look, a stalker's a stalker. You cannot control a stalker. You cannot control them. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what they want to do. Doesn't matter who they're stalking. They're going to keep doing what they think they need to do for themselves. And dude thought he had to break out some windows after obviously stalking them, because obviously he found them. Listen to how much they go into this. Exactly. Okay. They only want, yeah, that's it. If he see Unc Shannon, okay, could have avoided this whole thing if he wanted more from a relationship, but he only wanted sex. Okay. So this is what you get. This is when shallow needs gets a shallow response, and in this response, it was a very unfortunate response. Betad says this: he wasn't focused on nothing but them big old biddies, good hair and busting. Yep. I don't even think he was checking for whether or not she was. Who knows? We will never know. We will never know. Let's keep it going now. Let's keep it on.
you know what I'm saying, Ocho? I was
Yeah.
living.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
living. This joker done put done bust out this was before Jasmine Sullivan came and bust the windows out your car. I bust the windows. You know what I'm saying, Ocho?
Is that your? Yeah, you got to be careful. You remember just last year? Remember the situation with Young Bull, rest in peace, Trouble? You know the
Yeah.
rapper Trouble? You know from
Yes,
Atlanta.
yes.
at the girl
Yes.
house. The ex come over out the blue.
Ocho,
He emotionally unstable. Now trouble ain't here.
Ocho. But
You know,
Ocho,
like
I
you,
was
you got to
Ocho,
be
I was
careful
in
with
the
stuff like that.
hotel.
Let me pause it right there. Man, Sexy Red breaks it down like this. I broke up with a guy and he snuck over my house, jumped out of the bushes and tried to choke me when I came out of the house on my way to a date. I didn't know he was going to do that. This was late 90s. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's like I'm telling you, when a person has low impulse control, keep your head in a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel.
I wasn't at her house.
Wait, how you even found out where she
I
was
have
at?
no idea. Do you know the effort that he had to put in? Because I guess he done rolled, but had to bribe because at the time she lived with a sister. He had to have
Right.
rolled by there and didn't see the car. Now, normally we're creatures of habit.
Right.
Okay. He rolled by, he knows sister was pregnant, car at the hospital. Go, okay, it's not at the house. Where could she be?
Very good point. Sandy Red says this: you can't predict some things. And I'm going to be very, very adamant about this. And I hope some of you will get onto Amazon if you need to after this, only because they're the quickest. I mean, unless you already have it. I'll tell you what you can predict. You can predict that bottle of mace on your waist. You feeling me, y'all? A bottle of mace on your waist at all times, ladies. I can't tell you any more than that. He tries that stuff. Well, you know what I mean? Or does mace, how does mace come out? Anyway, a face full of mace. A face full of mace. If I'm telling you this is what I'm just going to pause it right now. I'm telling you. That's if you want to stereotype, if you, we in the black community, at the very least, for good men and good black women, all black women, it's all about that face full of mace. We want to be known for that. We want to break mace people who make mace bottles. We want to take every bit of that mace. You know, we need to get that 4.5 down. Mace. I'm not going to say it's going to be the end all be all, but I'll tell you one thing, your chances will for survival will increase. You have that mace, but I know it's not going to be stylish. I'm sure there's probably going to be somebody who can think of some way to make a stylish mace purse or mace belt, something like that, where it's easy for you to just flip the mace out when something goes down, you know? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Something. Toten or Mason. I'm sorry to pause the live, but I cannot stress how important that is. Mace in the face, and it ain't that base. You know? Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Maybe she gave him signs that she started acting, but I don't know, Ocho. But I'm just telling you.
Right. Yeah, you got to pay attention to
And
the
now-
signs. The signs that tell you
now-
everything.
Now he make me. I want her more now. Now you can't get her back. You not
Right.
finna get her back.
Right.
If you thought about you
Right.
could, it's over for you, clown.
Notice how he fell for it. Instead of saying, wow, she needs some time by herself. She needs to get rid of this dude who's a nut. You know, I'll support her in her separation from this dude, but obviously she got some some issues to work out with this dude. I mean, do y'all see where I'm coming from? What does he do? Listen,
And now that I think about it, you had to be in a small city. You had to be in a smaller city in Florida. You know why? You know why I say
Why?
that? Because he had
I was in
to
Tampa.
go to the park. Okay, so stay with me
Yeah.
now. Stay with me. He had to go to all the hotels in the surrounding area and check the parking lot looking for her
He
car.
did.
And that's exactly how he
Yeah.
found y'all. Because there wasn't no damn Apple tags
No.
back then. Yeah, that's what he did. Oh, he went through a lot too, Unc. So that means he was mad. He was mad. He had to
no,
waste.
he was crazy. Mad is like being mad. Crazy. Well, maybe he meant mad as far as crazy mad. That's what it must be.
A lot of gas
Yeah.
to find that car. That's that hurt
Yeah.
too now. It's still fresh. A week, even a month, like that.
I
That
guess
ain't
because
enough time.
we went to
That's not on her. Whether it was a week or a month, she's free. And really, quite honestly, most people have broken up from somebody before they actually leave. They actually give the they have mentally broke up with the person probably for a couple months. But they wanted to make sure, so then they waited a little while and then they finally broke up and they was done. She was done. She can't control what he does. Especially that's probably one of the reasons why she broke up with him. Because he was as you can see, a nutbag. Keep it going.
we went to a Black College Beach, Daytona Black College Beach week, and then if you know,
Right,
obviously
right.
you went to a black college, or you know anything about Daytona, so it was like
Right.
like the first or second week in April. She came to my brother's
Uh-huh.
place in May,
Right.
and I went down to her in June. So it happened very
Mm.
rapidly.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm like, bro.
That's
So
crazy.
now I can't let him win.
Right. You was younger.
I was
You was
young,
younger
yeah.
then, right?
I was probably
Yeah. Ain't
23, 24.
Yeah. 23 or 24 is not super young. I mean, that's a problem that we have also is that there are people that are holding down, full-time 23, 24 right out of college, holding down corporate gigs. So it's really not that young. I mean, he's younger than he is now, but still that's not that young. Young to me is 17, 18, 19, 20. That's young. That's young. So that he should have had more control over his emotions back then, in my opinion. But I understand a lot of people don't. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
and you know how it is at that age when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 20s and you're dealing with somebody and that person becomes a part of your everyday
Yeah.
routine, because you don't have that much going on at that
Right.
age, for men or fellas, it's even that much harder to
Yeah.
let go.
He just said something that we gotta play again. Let me start it over. This is important. Listen closely.
Yeah, ain't
23, 24.
and you know how it is at that age when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 20s and you're dealing with somebody and that person becomes a part of your everyday
Yeah.
routine, because you don't
He
have
didn't. He didn't say because you're in love with them, or he didn't say nothing about oh yeah because that person has become your heart. He says everyday routine. You have to listen to the words. The words are so damn important. Everyday routine, not love, not in love with, not. Basically, what he's saying is when that person has become your supply every day. Not love, not relationship, none of that. And the guy, when he lost his supply, he started to fly. That's what happened.
that much going on at that
Right.
age, for men or fellas, it's even that much harder to
Yeah.
let go. It's even that much harder to let go. The less you have going on, the more your life is about the individual you're
Yeah.
dealing with.
Right. Quite honestly, that's actually some decent information in the reference to this. Back men have spent so much. See, the thing is this. It if you don't have anything going on, then all you have is what? Sex and fun or whatever, right? You should have something else going on. If you did, you would act a certain way. And the reason why you would act a certain way is you know that, hey, look, I don't want to act a fool and lose my life's potential or my job or my career because I did something stupid. The problem is that so many of us in the community in these years didn't have anything going on. So guess what? Boom.
And the thing
And
is,
so when things
Ocho,
when
that,
things when things
that was the
end,
first.
well,
As
it
a
be
matter of
rough.
fact, that was the first time that I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm talking about. I'm scot
Right.
free.
Yeah, so you were good. You was good on your end.
Yes.
Yeah, but they see she didn't give you the same respect because things could have gone.
Pause. In the house, Miss RV is in the house. Welcome, Miss RV. Let me break it down like this. You got to listen to this. Dang. Ladies, I know we're listening to two men talk, but you're listening to two men telling you what's going down through their mind. And if you know what's going down through their minds, you could make adjustments that will keep you happier and safer. Here we go.
I'm talking about like. I'm talking about. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm talking about. I'm scot free.
Yeah, so you were good. You was good on your end.
Yes.
Yeah, but they see she didn't give you the same respect because things could have gone left.
Yeah. The
coulda
only
gone
thing
left
probably.
real quick.
There was nothing she could have done. It's clear that they both agree that she had broken up with the guy. She can't speed up the time. Do you really believe a 24-year-old horny Shannon Sharp would have changed anything? I don't think he would have. I think he's thinking too far in retrospect what a 55-year-old Shannon Sharp would do. Okay? Not a 25-year-old Shannon Sharp. If even look, we got dudes getting on planes, going to literally some of the most dangerous places in the world for sex. So, what makes Shannon any different? Let me keep it rolling. Here we go.
I probably wouldn't have went down there if I knew she had somebody.
Right.
I'd have still made. Okay, you got to come. You got to come.
No, he wouldn't. If she said he had to come down there, he had so much little control over his emotions. Okay, remember now, because he really didn't vet her that well. Okay, he vetted her by looks, not compatibility. And part of being compatible with somebody is the other person's ready to be in a relationship. Sometimes, if you're a man and you're supposed to be a leader, you got to make decisions for both people, even if that decision is not to see them anymore because they're not ready, in your opinion. Okay. So he went down there. We still don't know anything about her because he didn't say anything about her. He said how she looks, and that's it. All we know is that she had an ex that was pissed off, and he's blaming her for the way that her ex was behaving. Okay. Instead of just saying, hey, look, you can't control what other people do. She gave him she gave her ex the walking papers. That's all she can do. And I cannot say that I really am on top going to agree with what Shannon said he would have done, because I think he's speaking for a 55-year-old Shannon and not a 25-year-old Shannon. I still think he would have went. In fact, he probably would have been more attracted to her if she said something like, "Look, my boyfriend might be around here, but you can come down if you want to." I guarantee you he still would have went, and he would have went probably more eagerly. It's weird. It's that weird psychology thing. You know? It's just he he already told you, like, now instead of saying, "Wow, I missed I dodged a bullet," after he found out that she broke the windows, right? Instead of saying, "I dodged a bullet," and then telling her that, "I gotta chill for a minute because, um, um, th that dude's crazy, and I can't get into it with him." However, if he would have been he could have said, "Hey, I think you better just come down here from now on," or something like that. But the thing is this, he could have just moved on. The best thing for him to do would not would to be aside of vetting her, okay, would be to move on. He did neither. In fact, he got more into her, if you notice. And I'm saying this because welcome Fiona. Fiona's in the house. Miss RV is in the house. Phoenix Soul is in the house. We are having a party in here. I bet Todd is in here. Okay. So if you notice, this is very interesting. I'm glad he's telling us the story because we can learn a lot from it. But there's nothing wrong with a 25-year-old man having common sense. And he's not expressing that right now. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Come to me.
Y-
You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
come
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Because
And,
that's my
and
safe
keep that
word.
situation from happening. But man, Ocho, I don't know what it is, man. And people talk
That's
about, man,
scary, boy.
bro, Ocho, I ain't gonna lie. My grandma
Yeah.
and my sister done said some prayers for me because ain't no way. Bro, if you actually
Mhm.
knew a lot of the stuff, Ocho, I
Mhm.
guarantee you, I could write a book and y'all like,
Uh-huh.
man, lying.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe half
No,
the
Yeah,
stories.
no, nobody would believe these stories, but they would believe the stories because it really is the story of a man who, at least in his younger years, did not have any impulse control. Okay, let me keep it going.
Stories, huh?
because people don't
Yeah.
believe that the dude walked in on the chopper. I could get my homeboy Bucket and he'll tell you verbatim what I'm saying. And when I was asleep and I thought I had sleep paralysis, and I could hear voices and dude kick the door off the hinges. But this happened to me.
Hey, that sound like some shit out of a movie.
Ocho, flattening the tires and busting out the windows.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Ocho. That happened to me about 5 times.
Can you believe that? If you run into a situation where other men are busting out windows 5 times, I mean, either you should have chose better as a man, or no, you should have just chose better as a man. He's choosing a certain he's if 5 times, I mean, uh, welcome M Mills. M Mills is in the house. Elvieto Porres is in the house. 5 times. Yeah, he has. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Let me go. Let me bounce into this chat for a minute because we got we got some things going on here. Yeah. It's like Phoenix Soul says a lot of these dudes covered by women's prayers and tears. Yep. Yep. M Mills says, what a clown. I mean, great. Look, this is a lot. And I thought I thought I had it rough. This is 5 times and you haven't learned anything. Bars. Bars. I mean, come on. Whoa. You know what I mean? I mean, this is crazy. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if my volume is good. 1, if it's good. 2, if it should go up. 3, if it should go down. Here we go. I'm going to keep it going. Here we go.
Damn. 5?
5.
Unc, you gotta stop messing with people women,
Ocho,
man.
how about you tell me you got a boyfriend? Or how about you tell me you got a crazy
Listen.
ex-husband? I don't, Ocho, I'm
You
taking
can-
people at their word, Ocho. I ain't doing no background
You
check.
can't do
Now
that.
I'm a background check.
There you go, folks. No vetting. I ain't going to do no background check. That was coming out of his mouth at 55 years old. Exactly. I've been tired. He was addicted to drama. Let's face it. See, the thing, I think if he specifically told us about each story, you would find out the faults he made, the mistakes he made in each one that could have been avoidable. Been avoidable. I think he was so I'm going to try to say this nicely, focused on appearance and quick intimacy that he forgot about vetting anybody. That's what a background check is.
Check your ass.
That's it.
Exactly.
You know, women don't tell the truth. They tell little white lies. It don't never be the full truth. The truth, the women will tell you.
You know what's funny to me? You notice how they're blaming the women. Well, come Fiona. Fiona's in the house. Fiona. So what's wrong with his mouth? You know, you like them toxic. Nobody will have sex with these guys for free. They are senior citizens. That's straight up true. That's straight up true. Let me keep it going.
65, 70% of the truth.
I'm
And the other
I'm-
30%.
I'm
you
running
leave the other
background
30%
check on
out.
everybody. Ocho, the
Fine.
chat different.
Finally, it took him 30 years to figure that out. He's 25 when he was getting in all this mess, and he's 55 now. Way to go.
Agrees
Man.
with would you pay to fix her car? 17%, yeah, gotta. 83% said nah, tripping.
Yeah, shit. I wouldn't pay for who? Pay
Yeah,
for
I'm
what?
okay with
No, sir. No, sirree.
That's one thing that I will respect. He did a classy thing, you know, fixing the windows and everything. That was classy. That I would say was classy. Welcome, Bridget. Bridget's in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Well, yeah, and listen, thing could have went
It could-
south. You know, I could have been out there. We could have been in the car. I could have been. Ain't no telling what he would have done. And you think I'm for to pay
Yeah.
for that? And you done put me in
Yeah.
harm's way by telling me a little white lie instead of telling me the truth?
She didn't tell you why. Like, she was broke up. You guys made it clear that he was broke up. See, the problem I'm having with Chad is this. He's trying to make up rules. If a woman breaks up with you, she can go out that night and meet somebody new. That is her option. If she wants it, again, a lot of people, when they say they are through, they have been done, whether it's a male or a female. Okay? A man or a woman. When they say they are done, they have been done. That's how they come up to the selection of saying they are done verbally after they have mentally been done. So that's the funny thing is Chad's trying to blame that woman as much as he can, but quite honestly, it's Shannon that has to wear this responsibility. He wasn't supposed to operate the way he operated. He was supposed to take more time. If he really wanted to be in a safe relationship with somebody, he didn't. He just wanted the panties, which is he has that option, but don't blame other people when it doesn't go right.
No, sir. Matter of fact, I'm surprised you kept dealing with it after that.
I did.
I told you he would have still done it. It made no difference.
Come on, man. God.
She was bad, Ocho.
Hey,
Ocho, she was bad. Oh, Man,
She wasn't
one
that
time,
bad.
Ocho,
If
one
she
time,
was that bad, y'all would still be friends.
huh?
That has nothing to do with it. Not the way he's talking bad visually. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about like character and all that kind of stuff.
If she was that bad, y'all would
this
still be
day.
friends. Are
To
y'all
this
still
day.
cool? Okay, my bad. My bad. Oh, that's why you didn't want to say
No.
her name. Okay, my bad. I don't
Ocho,
wanna
it happened to
mess
me
up
one time, and we walk out, and now hold. Check this out, Ocho. Back, I go by alias, so I don't put my real name down.
nothing.
Yes,
Hotel.
I
Okay,
just
okay,
do
okay.
same thing. Dude done drove around, flattened all the tires, bust the windows out.
Again, boy, you got bad
Ocho,
luck.
check this out, Ocho. Dude bamming on the door.
How you know what room you
They
was
done
in?
told.
How does he find these people? Elviana Poet says, at 55, you need to write a book that teaches people how to ruin their lives. That is that. Ocho act like Phoenix Soul says Ocho act like he never had his windows busted out. Yeah, we know he has. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. You hope that people are learning a good lesson, but I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are. Here, let me keep it going. Here we go.
Told him at the front desk.
Oh, that's Cardinal rule. That's Cardinal
I
rule.
shoulda
And when you
sued that
get a
punk
job at a
ass.
hotel, you never give
No.
anybody the room number.
No, Ocho. So I'm looking at her. I was like, "Oh boy, outside." She said, "Let's go."
Go where?
She said, "Let's go." I said, "Hey, okay." So we walk out. Oh, I can't believe you do this to me. I thought you and me was cool, Ocho. So I'm walking, Ocho. Like, remember now, this probably like May.
Yeah.
Now you know I'm proud, so you know how I'm built. At this, hey, it's May.
Right.
I've been working out 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. So you ready? You ready?
I gave old boy a look.
Yeah. This ain't what you want now.
She said, by the time I get to my mama's house,
right,
and I get back, because I'm going to eat brunch with him,
right,
my car better be fixed.
Oh. Well, who she talking like she Griselda Blanco.
When we got back,
Listen to this. Listen to this. You gotta hear this.
Back from brunch, car was parked in her mama's driveway.
She talking like she Griselda Blanco.
When we got back from brunch, car was parked in her mama's driveway and everything was done.
Well, who were you dating? What? Who was she?
Oh man. Now she was bad. She oh man, here we go.
So y'all understand, y'all talk about, yeah, Unc been in some trauma. Unc been in some trauma. So excuse me if Unc ain't the most trusted. Cause they had Unc over Barrett Bay.
Hey, you can't be listening to him like that, man. You got to do your homework, man.
Man,
You got to, and obviously,
hey, I had one.
You can look at.
I had a chick, man. I was talking to this chick, and we were cool.
Yeah,
she was fine, and I don't know what I said.
Yes, sir.
Ocho.
Mm-hmm.
She went up under a pillar.
What she had? She put it to your
45.
head.
I mean, where does he meet? Okay, there's a certain mindset that he's attracted to. That's clear. That's clear. Phoenix Soul says this. I appreciate the content, but Lord, these unks got a whole podcast talking about back in the day. Oh man.
Come on.
Ocho.
What you did wrong? Boy, you had your
Ocho,
little
Ocho,
thug, huh?
I probably, Ocho, God on the truth. I probably should have been, like I said, my grandma and sister, I probably should have been dead about 6 times.
Boy, hey,
Ocho,
listen.
we was having a good time. We were just
That's, I mean, see, this guy right here. I mean, I love the story, but just think about it. People are looking to him for common sense. And right now, he ain't got nothing to give. No, he has no shame. Phoenix Soul says none. I mean, man. I mean, well, a few more minutes, and then we got to dig in deep. Here we go.
just joking. And I don't even remember what I said.
Right. What you said?
I don't even remember, because all I remember is that she went up on the pillow and she put that Chrome 45 to my head. And
you know what that remind me of? Harlem
Ocho.
Nights.
Yeah.
Pull that
She had
goddamn
no
gun
big,
from under
she
that
had no
pillow.
gun. No, she had a real thing.
Oh man.
See, and he, the funny thing is, like, look, he didn't learn anything. Obviously, after you have experience like this, you're saying to myself, by the way, he's recently divorced or broke up, you know. But anyway, aside of that, he just doesn't. He would be a terrible dating coach. He would tell you more how to get into trouble, like Eviedo Perez was telling you, than to get out of trouble. And it's amazing to me that they will follow him. They will follow him. I mean, they will follow this man. Oh, man. El Viejo Perez. I'm going to sell consultations for $1,000 an hour since since doctor. Yeah. Phoenix Soul says this. DJ Torch and Friends Empowerment Network. After the way Cat stood up to Shay Shay, I have no respect for him as a man. Oh man, I'm losing respect right now just listening to the way he handled his business back in the day. May is Fat Albert's sister says no black woman should even be physically attracted to by black males at this point. All right, all right, let's keep it going. We're gonna keep it going here. Oh, that was a nice warm up. That was a nice warm up. Here's what DL Hughley was saying about Monique. Here we go.
My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no, that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you can say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique.
Yo, what's up? This bruh, man.
So basically, he goes on. Let me go forward and keep this going because we wanted to hear all the insults that DL, who I used to respect, said to Monique, who is somebody who I respected, but there was a point where I thought they were both cool. Now, after he opened his big mouth.
You know, when I watched DL say, she went after my wife, she went after my daughters, I want to really be clear who I went after so that there's no confusion here. When I was on stage, when I'm on stage and we are performers, we are performing to the audience in front of us. When I was on that stage and I said, it must be hard to perform oral sex.
But differently.
Okay, on a coward. That had nothing to do with Mrs. Hughley. That insult was directed straight to you, DL. That had nothing to do with your wife. That was straight to you. So it felt like you were trying to pass it off as if I was going after your wife.
Yeah, that's crazy.
comes to your daughter, to the baby that you did a post about, you did an interview about. I didn't do that interview. I simply reposted what you said.
All right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy ass video with her daddy. We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show. And
Let me pause it right here. This is the weird thing. Why are people my age doing this shit? Especially now, let me say something. It always seems, why are us older men doing this shit? Saying us cussing out other people, especially women in our mid 50s, early 60s, whatever you want to call it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Let me break it down like this.
Hey, what's up, guys? And how y'all doing today? Well, baby, welcome to Club Shay Shay Thursday. No, all jokes aside, right? Monique is not playing. She has been leaking receipts left and right. Do you know there is audio that Monique just leaked of Tyler Perry not only admitting he blackballed her, but also apologizing? Y'all, Monique wasn't joking.
This is crazy. This is where the double standard thing comes in, because, I mean, how can we as men say that we are the more logical ones when we're the ones acting more like children? Even as respectable as Tyler Perry is supposed to be.
Wasn't joking when she said, I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell a lie.
Let me pause it right there. Let me find this one.
I'm gonna bring this up. I wasn't gonna do it, but damn it, this seat.
I say, you might want to have another
Look,
flip over.
this seat make you go. Truth, tell it. Oh, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because
Now, I need to break this down to you before I get started with this tape right here. Again, I need to remind everybody, I used to DJ for comedians for a long time back in the 90s. Okay. And I can tell you this, they are some of the most petty people you will ever meet. Okay. And they can be very ruthless. I'm not speaking for each and every comedian, but they're there to slay. When they get on that stage, they want to be the funniest person there. Okay. And they hold a grudge forever. Okay. Most of the time, let's say there are 10 comedians performing that evening. Unless it's a woman themed show, there will be 8 dudes, 2 women. Most of the time. That's just how it rolls. Sometimes if it's less guy, if the show is smaller or shorter, you might have 4 and 1 or 5 and 1. It's very, very, a very ruthless career. I just spun the music. But I saw it all. I saw everything. I saw behind the scenes, around the scenes, and in front of the scenes. And I can tell you, very few was everything harmonious. Harmonious was, did I get paid? That's what they want to know. And why did that person get paid more than me? So on and so forth. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Family is sacred,
It's supposed to be.
and we don't cross the line with family.
Mm-hmm.
And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because what was you getting ready to say?
I was gonna say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that.
Okay.
Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know since I've interviewed Cat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred,
Right.
family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family,
Correct.
right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean,
Look, keep listening. She is an excellent storyteller. Monique is an excellent storyteller.
baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play.
All right, Mystic Moon in the house. Mystic Moon is in the house. Why Seeking Knowledge is in the house. Good to see you all. Here we go.
A game. And it's a game called Would You Rather.
No.
Okay. Now,
Monique, you should have said I'm too old for this game.
wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We're having a good time,
Okay,
Shannon.
okay.
Okay. It's the sister there and it's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a
Okay.
beautiful Black unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly.
That is what you would call poor programming on D.L. Hughley's company's point. I didn't know. I honestly thought he was a religious guy. I thought that's the way that, in fact, I know that's what he was trying to sell, is that he was this religious guy, but I don't believe it anymore.
What happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother.
Welcome, New Diamond.
DL. I'm going to call my brother. I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling.
Right.
Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, DL, yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like stupid, like asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started. Okay. It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cass said they all a group, he forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was
Let me pause. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute if anybody would like to come up. Here we go.
unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show
Dang, it was like that. Okay.
in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'ma see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. DL Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or a memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign
Contract.
the memo is saying this is what I would like,
Right.
but the contract is saying this is what it is. Okay.
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get. Okay. I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
DL Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30 because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Right.
You told
This is how I feel about it. It's like this. There's a point where two individuals need to be civil for the sake of the community. And it's clear that that's not obviously working. Now, you could talk to anybody any type of way behind the scenes because, you know, you're your own person. But I lost a lot of respect for D.L. Hughley just by the way he handled it. I mean, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have pushed back. Absolutely not. If he thought that she was wrong, he has a right to push back. But I didn't know he was so. He sounds more and more like what's his name, Corey Holcomb, and I can't stand that dude because they're basically their comedy is more has more to do with vulgarity than it has to do with storytelling and a punchline. I like to hear stories. I like to hear punchlines. I like to hear jokes that don't lean or have to do with a bunch of vulgar material. And it seems like, at least for now, what I've seen is that's kind of fallen off. It seems like really storytelling comedy has dropped off. Let me keep it going. Here we go, folks.
He told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right.
Because that's fair play.
Right.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.
I'm a firm believer, Mo, that everybody.
I agree. I agree with that part of it. Whether the story was true or not, I do agree with the notion that that. Let me just keep it going.
Play the same. And someone once told me, what is joke to you is death to someone else.
What is joke? That's why we don't play with people's families.
No.
When we had the Monique show, the radio show, listen, you can't come on here and speak ill of no one because we don't play like that, because we know how this business works.
Right.
So when you allow that to happen, what do you think is going to come back your way? What do you think? And D.L. Hughley, please, no, brother, we still love you. Just take accountability for it, and we move forward.
I remember reading something about the
See, this is what I'm measuring here. If you've noticed one thing about what Monique is saying, true or not, agree or not, her dialogue is not filled with epithets, cursing, vulgarity. But when you listen to how DL replied, it was almost like he went back to high school. That's the problem I have. I don't have, really, quite honestly, I don't have a problem with two people going back and forth. I have a problem with the demeanor and the, what should I say, the negative energy that DL was expressing. I mean, I don't, really, quite honest, I don't know who's really telling the truth when you think about it. But I do know this. I do know DL Hughley was not acting, he wasn't gentlemanly, that's for sure.
the situation in Detroit. I didn't know the depth of the magnitude of it. I remember reading something about a memo about, I guess it's an addendum that was added on, but the contract is the contract.
The contract is the contract. And what happens is, because of the messenger, it was easy to pile on.
Mhm.
It was easy to pile on. And then when you have some of our black folk that go sit in front of a white man and speak ill of their people, I'm like, y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we coming to that we're going to sit in front of this white man? I can't even say his name. I refuse. Everybody know who he is. We sit in front of him and we just let this man say any and everything about us, and then we go right in with him. That to me is dangerous.
Mhm.
And y'all babies that's good with this little computer, don't take my word. You can just go through the years of this cat just running his mouth.
Mhm.
And it's like, stop doing that,
Right.
because what are we saying to the babies coming behind us?
Right.
We're not.
Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. DJ Torch and Friends Empowerment Network, it doesn't matter if you're able to truly read people. Because she did it classier doesn't mean she's still not on BS. I agree 150% with that. It was, the problem I had was the way he handled it. He has to understand that, and this is the problem I have with a lot of, it's like this. Let's say she was on BS. If somebody is on BS, cursing them out or being vulgar does not solve the problem. If they're on BS, they're on classy BS. Let's say we go on classy BS. I'm like this. I'm going to respond as I'm going to respond or retort. I think retort would be the word, in a just as at least as an intellectual way as what was sent to me. And I guess what I mean is this, is that he really doesn't realize that in his attempt to demean her or to make her look bad, he made himself look bad, and he made other black men look bad, because both of these people have a whole lot of white eyes on them. Okay? A lot of white eyes on them. And now they see this woman who may or may not be on BS speaking to this man, and this man being belligerent. It's the belligerent factor that, and what are they really? They might fact check and find out that he was right. But I'm telling you right now, the way other cultures think, they're done with. They don't want any of that belligerence. They're not going to go, "Oh, bro, I understand what you're saying." That's kind of like it's okay in our community. The belligerence you can get away with it in our community, but as far as like in a career world, um, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. I understand. I understand. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Anyway, let me keep it going. Phoenix Soul breaks it like that. They were both are showing how much unconscious they are in my opinion. I would say, I mean, I would say so, but as a man, I can only really consciously speak about my disappointment in a man. I don't know how she's trying to manipulate somebody directly because I don't know her nuances. So that's the thing. I know he was wrong. She might be wrong, but I ain't gonna call her because that's for somebody else to come up and do that. It's for somebody else to say, um, no torch. This is what she's doing. She's pulling this game here or that game here. That I don't know. I'm not a therapist. That is clear. But what I can say is I'm disappointed if she was, let's say she was lying on me, right? And Deagle Hughley was um defending me, right? I would not want him to defend me the way he defended himself. It doesn't work for the benefit of himself, in my opinion, or other people. It's kind of like sometimes you gotta. I mean, if it's like this, if I'm going to battle words with somebody, I prefer not to do it in a cussing way. I prefer to articulately pick people apart. Um, that's pretty much what I see. But ladies, feel free to come up. Let's chat about it if you want. But I'm just gonna keep it going. Here we go.
When I hear Brother D.L. Hughley say, with that Netflix special, I just accepted anything, whatever they gave me. These are not my words, they're his.
Right.
Well, that's how you do business. I'm not mad at you accepting anything.
Right.
Why are you mad at me saying I won't accept anything?
Right.
That's the difference. It's like people were judging me. I was hearing people, Shannon, okay, I didn't know we had so many tender people in our group.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had so many tender love. I didn't know we had so many tender people, and I wouldn't want to be on the front line with these tender people where it's like, oh, I can't believe you said that. I can't. But is what I said the truth? Is what I said the truth? No, I didn't put no sugar on it.
Right.
It was shit.
Right.
And I didn't try to make it taste good. We got to stop running away from what is real, and we run into fantasy. And that's how come we keep staying where we sit.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know.
Let me pause it right there. Okay, why seeking knowledge breaks it down like this. Do you all really believe she spoke softly like this, truly appalled or snapped like a raging silverback? I will try to save face, but I may break soon too. She is tender if she got so offended by that joke. That is true. Again, yeah. Again, I am not here to defend her and definitely not here to defend D.L. Hughley. I just don't like the way it went down. That's pretty much what, that's my thinking. Tyler messed her up. I'm sure. I know how black men are, and some vindicated women too. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, let me see. Let me pull out the Tyler tape and see what's going on with that. Let's see. Um, who had the best one? Let's go back to this.
Hey, what's up, guys? And how y'all doing today?
Let me fast forward. This is from
Trick
Tisa
for
Till.
Bonnet. In the long run, because at the end of
Let's see.
What would happen is in the next,
Okay.
am I missing something? Wait a minute, hold up.
audio has leaked of Tyler Perry. So if anybody else has made me audio that might be about Tyler Perry, now's the time to do it. As a matter of fact, somebody tells Kristen Keys to go on there and sit in the chair of truth on Club Shay Shay, because that's who I want to hear talk, and tell him to bring his recordings too. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Wait a minute, hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshitter. We know she a loud mouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she true to her word. And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong?
Okay, let me pause it for right now. If you think Monique is manipulative, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that she is fair, put a 2 in the chat. 3 in the chat if you're kind of like in the middle. Here we go.
Tyler. Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something? I absolutely said that, yeah. So the question I would say is, okay, is there a number? You know, taking that back to them was just a huge problem, okay? And I'll get to the David Calvert thing in a minute, because I just watched your podcast, and it really broke my heart, because number one, I feel you. I feel the sadness that's from you in all of this. And I don't want you to feel that. I mean, especially for me, I can't speak for anybody else. But for me, I'm not anyone that wants to hurt or offend anybody, especially you. I think you are brilliantly talented. I think you should have a lot more happening since you won that award. I thought.
Is the volume cool? Let me make sure the volume is cool so you can hear everything. Because I know there's a lot of background noise in this. I can't fix the background noise. Not on this system, but I can bring the volume up a little bit. Here we go.
Thought for sure that if you had campaigned and won it and played by their rules, what would happen is in the next deal, you would have got more money, millions of dollars, and your career in the film would have been much different. I believe that much in your talent. So in saying all of that, I just say it's just heartbreaking, because I don't ever want you to think that I'm out trying to blackball or say anything. So please give me when I say this. I'm not trying to hurt you. I would never try to hurt you. If Monique asked Lionsgate for a favor and they told her no, and she's asking for a favor that is not contractual, not something that they're contractually obligated to do, and they told her no, but then she went and told the world how difficult that they were, do you think that that would be fair or unfair? No, that's not fair. It's not fair. So the question, pardon me. So the question I would ask of you, good sir, because I appreciate you being honest enough to answer that.
Let me pause. Do you believe that what they are saying, they are actually trying to get an understanding or an understanding, or do you believe Monique and company are trying to manipulate Tyler Perry? 1, for manipulation, or 2, if they're trying to get an understanding. 1 for manipulation, 2 for trying to get an understanding with Tyler Perry. I'll wait for a response. Here we go.
With a relative quickness, I really do. So the question that I would ask you is this. If we should do unto others as we would have them do unto ourselves, the question I would ask is, how do you sit back, or how would you feel if someone said about you that you were difficult to work with because you didn't want to perform for them a function that you were not contractually able or obligated to do? How would you feel about that?
Well, as I said, that's not fair. If I bring a movie for Monique over there, I'm going to have to say that. I'm going to have to defend it. I'm going to have to fight them.
Well, it's easy. It's easy because all you would be doing is telling the truth. You are 6'6" black man.
Come on.
Listen,
I ain't got no problem, man. I ain't got no problem. Trust me when I tell you, I ain't got no problem.
well, that's why we saying then,
I'm saying to you.
then say it now. Say it now.
Say it now, I'm black and I'm proud.
Come on.
James Brown is counting.
I'm saying it now. I will let all of this cool off when I get back out on the press tour to promote my next thing. I know it's going to come up. That is when I will talk about it. But no, it's too hot. It's too hot. Y'all heated it up.
Now to Tyler Perry.
Wow, that's very interesting. So, I mean, give me your feedback on what you've heard so far. Who do you? I mean, we already know the situation with Tyler Perry, but let's just focus on the conversation in itself and not how we really feel about both people. Um, I'm kind of like confused because it's like, what is the goal of this conversation they're having with Tyler Perry? Are they trying to get Are they trying to get a gig from him, or are they trying to get and him to endorse her, or what? That's the weird thing. Let me keep it going.
Perry's credit, Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see
Why seek knowledge? That's not her husband being double teamed. That's her husband and that's Monique and her husband double teaming Tyler Perry. Okay, so Abitide says the goal was an apology, but Abitide, but apology for what? Why would an apology just? Are you talking about like maybe a public apology? Because I don't see. I mean, I can understand that. The thing about an apology is you don't want to have to manipulate or beg for an apology. You want somebody to give you an apology from their heart. So was this apology to fix something? I'm kind of confused. I understand that maybe they were going to take it to the media. I don't know if Tyler knew he was being recorded. If he was, that's kind of already sneaky right there. If he didn't know he was being recorded, that would be kind of weird. Okay, so Abitide says, tired for telling people she was difficult to work with because she wouldn't work for free. Now, do you guys on this very small context of what Abitide just said, do you believe she was right for asking for an apology, and do you believe this is true, or do you believe that that Tyler Perry was truly just telling his true feelings? Now, don't get me wrong. Telling your true feelings doesn't necessarily mean you should do that, but do you believe that she is difficult to work with and that he was correct? 1, if he was correct. 2, if it's not. 3, if it was it was like it was just weird how they went through this whole conversation.
The pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you, but the conversation kept going on. Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied.
Let's see. I don't know if that's true because I never heard of I never heard Tyler Perry being the source of whether she was difficult to work with. But hey, I don't live in Hollywood. You know, that's why this is phone calls from Hollywood, folks. So anyway, this Mystic Moon says this is so fake. Tyler said he would give her money and he apologized. So I think her husband was trapping her in a low vibration so that he can look more like an heir to Monique. Got it. An heir to Monique. I hope I got that right. I mean, yeah, if he apologized and he gave her money, then it should have been a done deal. It should have been a done deal. This is really complicated. I do not follow Monique word per word. So this is really eye-opening for me as well. Here we go, y'all. We're gonna keep it going.
Died, only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm gonna say that, right? Now here's where, when you did that interview with Kat, I could respect how you do it. Because Kat said you let them people lie in your face. And your response was,
What she's
Kat, I don't know if they're
doing
lying or
is
not.
working or not. Do you believe she believes it's working or not? I mean, no numbers this time. Just tell me how you feel that you think. Do you think that whether you call it manipulation, whether you call it wanting honestly wanting justification or whatever, do you think she believes it's going to work to her best benefit? Or is she just kind of like, is this just who she is? Let me pause it right here. Check out some of these things. I've been tired says this. Well, that's what blackballed her. His words that she's difficult cut off other opportunities for her to get work. That would do it. That would do. I mean, really, quite honestly, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot in Hollywood to get blackballed. You would have to be super A-list, and we know that she's not necessarily super A-list. She's, I believe, a very good actor, but she's not super A-list where she is indispensable in the Hollywood. She has some accolades that should be respected, but Tyler Perry is technically a billionaire, and billionaires talk. And if one billionaire tells another billionaire this person ain't cool, then they're gonna go with that. So if that is the case, that is a good argument. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. She's sitting up there, manipulative, truth stretching, apology demanding, hypersensitive. Yes, she is spelling it out how hard she is to work with. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I mean, I find the conversation she's having with um Tyler Perry a bit difficult. A bit difficult. I don't know what the goal was. I really don't. Mr. Moon, I think Mo needs to grow up. May is Fat Albert's sister says no one believes it will work in her benefit. No, I believe she believes it will work in her benefit. Ambitai says she's not, but there's also this expectation that Black folks do free promo and not get paid for it. White folks don't move like that. They get paid to promote movies, and they also get paid more. Bars. That is true. Kat took her on, like P said, this is her last rodeo if she doesn't get in line. I see. Got it. Okay. Welcome Deontay Grant to the chat. I'm gonna play a little bit more and then let's chat. Let's talk about this. It's good seeing you, Deontay.
Hey, DJ. You can only take them at their word.
At their word.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying?
He said it.
What did he say?
Monique,
Tisa tells background music is something else.
No, you're not supposed to be recording people.
No. Let me back up.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I have to admit, she's right. That is okay. Let me see if Tyler knew they were recording him.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a Black woman really.
No, it's not about being legal. It's about being moral. I mean, at this point. So I'm starting to look at her a little slightly sideways. I understand that she wanted to get proof, but that was not cool. If Tyler didn't know, that was not cool. That was not cool at all. Deontay, welcome. What is your input, Deontay? Have you been listening to what's been going on?
Yeah, I just caught everything the last few minutes. No, he didn't know that he was being recorded, and that is, messed up that she did that to him. But she's at the point now where she's fighting fire with fire. Like, she's been having issues with Tyler Perry and Oprah for this 2024, so over a decade now. I mean, Oprah and Tyler Perry are pretty much the top two gatekeepers in Black Hollywood. Like, this is the problem that Taraji P was having about her not getting paid. And now Monique is having an issue because they asked her to promote the Precious movie for free, and they wanted her to go overseas and do it and pay on her own dollar. And she said, no, like, y'all gonna pay me for this. And she and Tyler said, I'm not paying for it. 'Cause remember, Oprah and Tyler were the producers of Precious. Lee Daniels directed it. And, yeah, and nobody knew. I mean, they knew it was going to be a good movie, but they didn't know it was going to be good enough to where, and you know what I'm about to say, like, basically commercial mainstream white America would pay attention. Because that's what the Academy Awards are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically white America, and they gave her that award, and they gave her the Golden Globe. They wasn't playing with her. They thought she did a great job. And they never treated her that way either. I'm talking about Tyler or Oprah. You know what Oprah did to her in 2010, right?
No. Break it down.
Well, basically, Oprah reached out. Her and Oprah were good friends or whatever. I guess whatever they call each other in Hollywood when they work together, friends. But anyway, she wanted to have Monique come on her show and talk about her childhood when she was molested. And Monique said she just didn't really want to do that. And she knew that, and she told Oprah that she had issues with some of her family members. So Oprah suggested that they all come on her show together and have like a Dr. Phil session, and she said no. And without Monique's knowledge, Oprah reached out to Monique's family and brought them on the show, and they all talked about her. So imagine you sitting at home one day flipping through TV, and all of a sudden you see your family sitting on Oprah's show talking about you.
Damn.
So that's where that came from. She talked about this for years. It's just that Shannon Sharp's show is so huge now that when she says it, it projects everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. That's okay. So now that's where the bad blood came in.
Yeah.
Okay. And YC Knowledge says, to her credit, he did lie about what he said. I'm glad she went covert and called him out, actually. Yeah. I mean, this is just one big drama. So basically, it sounds like there's just a pool of snakes, really. They going at it. They're going at each other.
It's the thing is, recording, she's at a point now where she said, I just need to get him on tape admitting that he did this, that he blackballed me, that he told everybody I was difficult to work with. And she wants people to hear it because she wants people to know that she's not, and they did this to her, because it did cost her millions of dollars over the years. I mean, she got jobs that she couldn't get. She got turned down. And she was supposed to play Taraji P's role on that show, Empire.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is the thing that a lot of people may not know this, but especially comedians. Most people, believe it or not, I would say at least 50% of the actors in Hollywood are difficult to work with. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at what was his name? Damn, you have to excuse my memory. It gets bad. Um who did Bad Boys with Will Smith?
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence was a nightmare, okay, to work with. Who did Fridays with Ice Cube?
Chris Tucker.
Well, damn, look at Chris Tucker. They could barely keep him on stage. You know,
Yeah.
if he wasn't hot. You see what I'm saying? So there's levels of there's a lot of, and that's the thing is that what we need to break down is, well, okay, she's difficult to work with, but is she crackhead difficult? Is she you see what I'm saying? I mean, and that guy who I forgot his name, he's a white guy who made the movie Psycho a long time ago. Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah.
He's hard to work with. Okay.
Robert Downey
Then
Jr., Alec Baldwin, yeah.
Yeah, these people were not easy to work with. So in a way, it's kind of hard for me to really understand what kind of difficult is difficult to work with. We got there's these guys out here on drugs. They straight up crazy. They got psychological issues. We got Blade. I forgot. Blade.
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
Wesley Snipes, he wasn't that cool to work with either. You see what I'm saying? We got this long list of people that have a history of being difficult to work with. So I don't know. I am confused because, okay, she's difficult to work with, but so is everybody else. You know what I mean? And then, so what is keeping her from getting her, from getting her gigs? Is it that she's difficult to work with, even even more difficult to work with than these other people? Because
it's not that she's difficult to work with as an actress. It's that she's asking for her money and she's not going to get played. So Taraji P's example is that she just did The Color Purple, which was $100 million movie, right? And
right.
her quote in Hollywood is 1.5 million. She never gets that unless she's doing one of those mainstream movie studio, basically a white people movie. When she does black movies, she's getting paid less than $500,000 or less, and she's worth more than that because she brings an audience, And she spent years taking it just so she could get into movies and keep her career going. Where she finally broke down and said, "Okay, I'm tired of this." What happened with Monique is she didn't take that for years. The first day that after she went out of Academy and her career just went to a whole other stratosphere, she saw that they did not want to pay her. Talking about all of the black film producers, which is basically Oprah and Tyler Perry. They didn't want to pay her what she was worth. And she said, "Well, I'm not going for that." That's where the whole she's difficult to work with because she's gonna act. I mean, she only got paid $50,000 for Precious, and she gets paid that. Back then, she would get paid that to do a comedy show. So yeah, she only got paid $50,000 for Precious, and she said that the reason why she did it is because she saw the script and she thought it would be really good. So she said, "Okay, I'll do it." Now they call those passion projects, those actors in Hollywood, where they're not getting paid a lot for it. They'll even put a lot of their own money into it because they think it'll be like something that could win an award or something like that. But think about that. They only paid her $50,000 for that movie. And then they asked her to go overseas to Cannes, which is the biggest film festival, to promote the movie and not pay her for it. I'm like, come on, man. You Tyler Perry. You're supposed to be, you done built a freaking empire off of black people. You ain't got enough money to send your number one actress overseas.
Right. I mean, to decently fly to France or any European country from the United States, you're going to spend $10K.
Yeah.
So
especially around trip.
Yeah. I mean, so I mean, really, and that's not a lavish trip. That's just you're doing things, um, basically normal. I mean, you're not slumming it, but you're not doing high end, 2,000 or 4,000 a night hotels and shit like all the other people do. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, Bridget brought up, yeah, it is janky. That is janky. That aspect of it is janky. Um, it's I can't believe it's I'm not saying any it's amazing to me that Tyler wouldn't even pay to have her go over there
But
because
you know what? I'm sorry about that. What's hilarious is Cat Williams said something in his interview where he said that Tyler Perry has all of these shows and movies, but none of his actors or actresses are stars. He said they can all walk through the mall, you wouldn't know who they are. Now, if you watch Tyler Perry, one thing about Tyler Perry is he is an animal. Tyler Perry is a beast because he writes a lot of this stuff on his own. His TV
Mhm.
shows are usually long and drawn out, they're overwritten, so that way he can have 23 episodes in a season. And after 23 episodes of 1 hour shows, you only really got a week that passed by. You know what I'm saying? So he's
Right.
really good at expanding the show. But he doesn't pay his actors or actresses anything. Like he goes out, he finds very beautiful women and men. He got the makeup artist, the hair. I mean, they all look good. I do like his show, The Oval, because I'm into politics and stuff, but there ain't no politics in that show. It's all drama and messiness. But
Mhm.
still, he pays them he doesn't pay them a lot of money. He pays for lavish sets, lavish makeup, like everything looks good. The acting is subpar, and he could hire better actors if he wanted to, but he just didn't. I mean, the reason why Empire was so successful was because Lee Daniels had directed it and he was one of the producers, but he had a contract with Fox. And Fox obviously is a
Right.
huge, white-owned movie studio, so they could pay to have these big-time actors come onto this TV show and everything. If Tyler Perry would have
Right.
had to produce Empire, it would have been terrible. Because he wouldn't have been able to afford. He wouldn't have been
Right.
able to afford what they was paying Taraji P. And that was Taraji P.'s biggest payday of her career was on that show.
Right. I mean, he would have been able to afford her, but he just wouldn't pay it.
Yeah.
I mean, because he is a billionaire.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to pay. He just didn't want to pay. So what's going to start to happen is that um, he's going to be stuck trying to use only, and I meant to use the word use, up and coming actors and actresses from our community to make his movies because everybody's going to. I mean, there's a point where it's better off you just stay at home, if you know what I mean. Um, because what you learn in the entertainment industry is that if everybody knows you'll go for a certain price, they'll want to pay that certain price.
Yeah.
I mean, they will not, even if they have the money to pay you more, they're going to want to pay only what the other people paid. And so it can really work against you. That's why a lot of um that's basically how a lot of the Caucasian actors work is like if they don't get the same that they were get that somebody else, they're not trying to be petty, but it's like, okay, I'm at the same level as, let's say, um I'm at the same level of let me think of Liam Neeson, right? Let's say I'm a, and I'm an and I'm and I'm who's another guy around Liam Neeson's age? Any guy. I mean, let's go ahead and say um just some other guy. If if Liam Neeson, if he's getting the same, if he has the same, let's say, stars and ratings as Liam Neeson, he expects to get Liam Neeson money, and they will not budge. They will not budge. They're like, don't even pick up the phone and call me. If you paid Liam Neeson, $5.7 million for this movie, don't pick up the phone unless you're going to pay me 5.75. If you know what I mean, that's how they operate.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's a weird dynamic that's maybe not even mixed in with race, because look at Will even now Will gets paid 20 mil. It's 20 mil Will when it comes to
Yeah.
him making a movie. He gets 20 mil. There's no arguments about it. It doesn't matter if if it's a flop or not. He's getting his little 20 mil. And so it's a weird dynamic, but I think it's because maybe, I don't know, maybe he established himself in a different way, maybe like Denzel did. Denzel doesn't necessarily, Will and Denzel don't necessarily do what per se black movies. Now, don't get me wrong, they might do a movie that is almost all black, right? But if you looked at the guys behind the scenes, the producers and everything, it's going to be like Steven Spielberg, and you see where I'm coming from.
They do
it's
big time Hollywood production.
Right. Exactly. Phoenix Soul, it's good seeing you on stage. How you doing tonight?
Hey. What's
Break
up,
it down.
everybody?
Hey.
Break it down.
Okay, I don't even know if I got a dog in this fight. I've been taking shots, so I ain't gonna stay up here long. So, but I wanted to mention something, and I think it's like an element that ties in with your show, with the premise of your show. But an element that we're missing is the fact that she is a black woman. So we talking about how much, how you were talking about earlier, how the men are difficult to deal with, but you're also mentioning men and, white men and then men. But she is a black woman saying, look, you not paying me. That part about her, I get. That part about her, I get. And I get her standing up for what she feels is right. But we're missing the fact that, when you're a black woman in this sphere, in any space, you got to move different. We always got to move different. Now, what Steve Harvey had said to her, excuse me, what Steve Harvey had said to her, I don't 100% believe in, because that's putting your head in the sand. It's basically cooning, for lack of a better phrase. But everybody know, when you're a black woman, you got to move different. And a lot of the stuff she has so much of, she has a truth mixed in there, but there's a lot of manipulation and lies. And that's why, the audience is so mixed on it. And plus she's standing behind my man. Like her man is having her, she wants to put her man out there to I guess, in a sense, fight for her, but nobody checking for him. Ain't nobody checking for Otis.
Let me, Phoenix Soul, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you believe if she got herself, let's say, a popular agent to deal with Hollywood for her, she would probably be more successful than using her husband, man, or whatever she calls them?
I think Monique I think she's fully capable of advocating for herself. But to answer your question directly, yes. Yes. Because, this is what it looks like to me. And of course, it's my opinion, right? What it looks like to me is like she pulling her man along. That's like me going out here and getting one of the homeless dudes off the street and bringing him into the house and being like, hey, this my man. Anything you gotta bring, anything you gotta say, bring it to him. My man gonna be there. Advocate for my man. Anytime, listen, any woman worth her salt that's gotta talk a man up that much knows that there's some issues.
Mm.
I think that's the point where everybody else can see what you probably can see too. That's why you got to talk them up so much. But yes, I think she would. I think she would be um, more successful. I was watching Indisputable today with Dr. Richie, right? And
Yeah, you know that's one of my favorites.
oh man, I love it. I love Indisputable and the bullpen. But and what Dr. Richie was saying was that her man, I guess his name's Sydney, that
Yeah,
he has gotten her some of the more lucrative parts that she's had. Um, but I don't know how much 100% truth there is to that. I know that I still see Hollywood talking to Monique, but I don't see nobody trying to talk to her man.
right.
He's her manager though, so it's like they're always in the background. Besides Rich Paul, uh, he's probably Rich Paul and Maverick are probably the only two agents and managers that are like have any kind of name publicly outside. These are LeBron's managers, by the way. Um, Outside of them, I could name a million actors right now, and none of us would know who their managers or agents are. You know, it just so happens that she's married to hers. She's
I
been with him since she was 15.
I agree
What?
with you. I agree with you in that. You know, I agree with you in that. So
Yeah,
okay, so she's been with him since she was 15. So he really has gotten her. Um, yeah, he's been instrumental in her career. I get that.
yeah. Her situation isn't like what happened with Mary J. Blige. You know, where she married that guy when she was already deep established in her career, and he divorced her and got alimony. Like, I think that's some weak ass shit when a man, even if your wife is richer than you, like y'all get divorced and you get alimony from her because she makes more than you. I think that's really, really weak of a man to do.
Do
I've
you
seen
think?
men do it on our level, do it.
Do you think in I mean just speculation though, but do you think that may be what everyone is seeing at the table with her man? You think that's a possibility?
I don't think so because it's been too long for you to be with somebody before they got famous. Because they were like best friends, like living together and everything before they even started to date. And she said all of this on multiple interviews, including the one with Shannon. But and she starts to blow up. I mean, he's got talent. It's the same as if you have imagine if this wasn't her man, but her sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was her manager. And the bigger her sister gets, obviously she's going to get a percentage of this. Most managers get anywhere from 5 to 20% of whatever their client gets. This is how the dynamic works. But if you have a situation where your husband is your best friend, is your manager, and everything like that, then it just works for her. I don't I don't think that this is you heard what happened with Tiffany Haddish. She talked crazy about um, Monique's husband, and Monique said, "Well, if you would have had a husband or at least some kind of man, you wouldn't be out here getting sloppy drunk every night with DUI, all this stuff." So I don't know. I think that's something internally like that black women really need to have a conversation with themselves in the group with married women and non-married, or however they want to do it. Because like rarely have I seen a married woman look at another married woman and say, "Oh, you always talking about your husband. He's taking on." It's like I just don't understand that dynamic. That's just her
Yeah.
confidant. I mean, that's the point of that's just what it is with her. We don't say this about Jay-Z and Beyonce. They both have an equal. I guess it's because their careers are kind of, you know, they both made their
Well,
own millions. Yeah.
yeah, and they're on a different level. And also, I mean, even when they had a little difficulty, you still didn't see them being messy like this right here, though.
No, and nobody plays them like this either. Like Jay-Z. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the Grammys the other day, or at least the recordings of it or whatever. When Jay-Z gave that speech, he won an award there, and he basically said how it's some nonsense that Beyonce has the most Grammys all time, but she's never won a album of the year. And it kind of take you back to when Kanye took the mic from Taylor Swift like a decade ago and said Beyonce should have won. I mean, he was standing up for his wife. I see like social media people like, oh, Jay-Z embarrassed. No, he was standing up for his wife because he was right. Like that's some nonsense. But they never got played like how Monique got played though.
Yeah. Well, she's also got the second thing, against her. Not only is she a woman, she's also not only is she a black woman, but she's also a darker skinned black woman. And there's so much.
Right.
It's so much to unpack in this situation. I see where she's coming from. I do. But I also see that because she's using manipulation, there's a lot of manipulation and double talking.
Right.
Because she's going about it the wrong way, she's not getting the results that she's looking for.
Phoenix, I couldn't agree with you more. I think basically what she's trying to be her own agent. Let's face it, even though her daddy, which is weird that we're calling him that, is supposed to be handling it, which is already weird to have a loved one handling that. It's very rare, by the way. There are going to be some people who just don't like that dynamic. They might like her,
Yes.
but they just don't like that dynamic at all. It just seems weird, and they're gonna have to try sooner or later. I really truly believe if she wants to evolve, she's gonna have to try on a conventional agent that is just not a love interest, not a family member. I know that maybe a lot of people get inspired by what the Ravens quarterback, I can't believe his name. What's his Ravens quarterback
Lamar
name?
Jackson.
His mom did a fabulous job getting him his money. It was difficult, but she made it happen. But this is a 1 in a million. This is a 1 in a million situation, if you know what I mean. And I think they've grown tired of. I think what Monique is finding out, what she hasn't calculated in, is they're getting tired of the antics more so than really. They know she's talented. They know she's talented. She has talent, but it's I think, and that's what I think what Tyler Perry was trying to say. He's tired of the antics. I don't want to talk to her husband. I want to talk to somebody who knows, not that he may know everything, right? But he just doesn't, he wants to talk to somebody who's not emotionally invested in that woman. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. And I mean, I would argue that if he is in fact a manager, why hasn't he taken on any more clients? Does he have any that we know of?
Damn good
I
point.
don't know. I think he's like Tom Hagen from The Godfather. You remember that DJ Tom Hagen said, he said, I run a special practice. I only have one client, and that's Vito Corleone. But I don't know. He probably doesn't. But I do agree with you on the fact that, like you said with Lamar, the one thing about having an agent, especially one that's not emotionally attached to you, is that when you go and negotiate these contracts, whether it's with a sports team, I know about sports better. I had a brother that played in the NFL for a while, and these teams are going to negotiate why they shouldn't pay you what you're asking for. They'll bring up game film. They'll talk about, oh, he doesn't do this in practice. He's not that good of a this, or we like this about him, but we don't like this about him. And you can get emotionally, jacked up. It's like, imagine like this is your wife or your brother or your daughter, and you got this man sitting across from you saying, well, he really ain't worth $10 million. He worth about 6.5, because he's not good at this. You got to take your emotions out of it. But if you are able to do that, then you can represent them. But it's like I go back to LeBron and Maverick. his situation. Now Maverick and Rich Paul, by the way, is about to marry freaking Adele. I don't know how that happened. This is a street dude from freaking Cleveland, but they've been knowing LeBron since he was a kid. They negotiate all his contracts and everything for him. They keep the emotion out of it. But at the same time, LeBron is an anomaly, and I believe a dancing monkey can negotiate $100 million for LeBron because he's just that good. Now, Monique's situation, I don't know. I mean, how would we know if she never would have got blackballed by Tyler and Oprah, where her career really would have went? You know, I don't think that her husband had anything to do with that. So, I mean, we just don't know.
I don't. I mean, of course we can't. We're gonna hear one side, second side, and then there's the truth, right? So, I mean, unless we are like in the room, we're not gonna know 100%. But she did get blackballed by the money. It's the money that talk. It's the money. She had. I mean, it would have been something different. Like, let's say if somebody insignificant said she was difficult to work with, but you're talking about what is it, Oprah, like the first black female billionaire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Between her and Tyler, they can ruin her career. Just those two people.
Yep. And let's not forget, I mean, there's a cap on us anyway. There's a cap on what we can do. There's a cap on every black entertainer and what they can do once they sign that contract. They can't they not black no more. Only when they trying to sell and market to us because we gonna put the money in their pocket. But they can't move the same way anymore. And there's a cap in Black Hollywood as well. You know, they not gonna let the Negroes get too much money, boo.
That is true. That is true. They will let a few go through, like Denzel and like Will. And- but they're not. But they're not doing black movies.
And you see that though, as long as you're a good Negro.
Yep. Yep. I will. Absolutely. Absolutely. And his son and Denzel's son is in the mix too now. So, yep, you're right.
Yeah, he's John David Washington. They saying that he's going to end up replacing what's the guy's name who just with the white girl in New York with the
yeah, John
Jonathan
Majors.
Yeah, he's going to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang now.
Who is?
John David Washington, Denzel's son.
Oh.
Well, see that they have to go there, and they're going to be paying money too, because I'm sure his son. I mean, this young man has his whole world ahead of him. He had to mess it up himself because he's a son of an A-list actor, A-list all the time actor. Denzel's latest movie was the bomb. Okay, it didn't bomb. It was the bomb.
Yeah, come on, Equalizer 3. Yeah.
Yeah, E3 was I didn't think he could do it. He did it. I watched it to the end and it was like, okay, it's like this. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's going to change the world or nothing. But for an action movie, it was top notch. Yeah. And his son, he's already done some big time movies himself. And so they're just probably going to start handing the money over to him soon.
He got the lead role in that movie Tenet with Christopher Nolan. I felt bad for him because Tenet came out right in the middle of the pandemic, right in the beginning of in the middle of the pandemic in summer 2020, and they never got it in theaters. And that movie is so good, and he was the lead role in it.
Yeah, oh, he nailed it too. I love that. Him and that English white dude with him, they rocked it.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. They killed it.
I'm just sitting up here thinking about the situation and think about the entertainment industry and thinking about everything that's going on, like with Monique. It's reminding me of something. I got stories, George. I got stories. Okay.
please Please bless us. We will. We are here.
Lord, I done lived many lifetimes in this one, Lord. Okay. Okay. So what is reminding me of okay, so I was for a few years the official singer for an organization in my county. And I'm talking about like, I mean, that's a big deal because I was traveling like to different cities within up and down the coast within the county to sing at different functions. You know, it was actually pretty cool. But I'm gonna add this: most of the time, 90% of the time, all those gigs were for Caucasian people.
Okay.
Okay, so every year, they would have like a Christmas party, huge Christmas party, because not only was I doing that, but I was also doing a talk show. Okay, so every year have such a huge Christmas party, give gifts, things of that nature, things I enjoy. I enjoyed it. All right. One year was not a particularly good year for me. So I ended up dating this guy. And when I don't know if I can say the word, he was a ninja's ninja,
Oh
a
man.
hood
Okay.
ninja. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, he was like a hood ninja. Um, and I took him to the Christmas party with me that year. And I didn't get no more gigs after that.
Point well
So
made.
this situation, yeah, this situation is making me think about that. I recognize that. I saw how they
Mm.
even reacted to me when I brought him. See, you know, I know how to code switch, but when you got you a real hood ninja, he don't do the code switch. He gonna be himself
Right.
wherever. Which I would argue. I mean, I respect that as well. You know what I mean? Um, but I knew how to switch it up. I didn't even talk to him, you know. So, so, so yeah. Why you laughing at me? But yeah, I mean, seriously, I didn't get any more gigs after that, and I damn sure didn't get an invite back to the Christmas party.
I mean,
Be-
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I guess I put that out there because I'm just interested in hear your thoughts as a man on that, and that's why I'm constantly I'm looking at the situation as like as Black women we have to move different. You know, my grandpa used to say the only thing free in America is a white man and a Black woman. And the older I get, the more I see why he said that.
Right. I mean, this is the thing is that um, this is what I learned. I grew up around, let's just say, non-black people. The they who is around you reflects who you are to them a lot. So
There you go.
what happened? What happened is that they didn't only hire you because of your talent. They hired you because they felt you were a certain way. Not that you were sellout or anything,
Mhm.
nothing like that.
Mhm.
But when you bring in double hood, when you bring a double hood in, then they're like,
Mhm.
okay, she's done. I mean, she not only brought in hood, but she doubled down. So that's how they think. They're like, okay, can we really trust her with all of these gigs we're giving her? They might have
Mhm.
been. That's how it operates a lot of times because, and it's and some of it is racial bias in a way, but a lot of it has to do with classism. They wanted you to be in a level, maybe not necessarily their class specifically, but in a class different than low class.
A good
And
Negro.
yeah, yeah, basically that, basically that. And it's not that they would have given you some grace, but when you doubled down on the ninja, went from ninja to a ninja, you know, you didn't only bring in a ninja, you brought in a double. A dub ninja, you know, a dub ninja, you know.
Man, he was
You know,
he was like the dark skinned version of Charleston White.
oh my god, oh my god.
Was he
I
acting
told you I
that
had
way
a
at the
bad
party?
year. No,
Yeah.
no. Well, yeah, he was being himself.
And you what? Okay, did he have a record by chance?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. They ran him. I'm
But you know
telling you
that-
how.
Yeah.
I'm telling you how these people think. I'm telling you how these people. I'm telling you how these people think. They ran them and they said, "Oh hell no," because remember now, I assume that you were singing to a lot of well-to-do people, right?
Yes. I
Okay.
mean, at country clubs, I've had an organization pay for me to go to Coco and stay at a resort and sing. Everything's per diem. Look, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now they're thinking like, okay, she's wonderful, she's beautiful. We've heard her sing before, but we can't deal with dude. Nah. They might if later on down the line they found out you weren't with him anymore. A year after that, they probably would have hired you again. You see what I'm saying? But
You know
they're
what?
very
What's funny? Go ahead.
no, but they're just very particular about because you're one of them. You're one of the good Negroes. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't. You know, Double Ninja wasn't. So yeah, that's why they kicked you out of the club.
And you know what's so funny about that? And I'll tell you, it was a huge turning point for me. Because they don't know your girl got a record too. Okay. I done been locked up too. You feel me? I just know how to play the game. I just know how to
Right.
play the game at that point.
Well, this is
And
the thing. This is the thing. You speak very articulate. You're a less of a threat because you are a black woman and not a black man to them. Okay.
and there you go.
And see, to them, maybe they thought that okay, she's got a record, but let's let her slide through. But when you brought dude through, it's like, okay, hell no, nope. Okay, sorry.
Charleston White.
Yeah, Charleston Black, Charleston Black. You know,
Yeah, Charleston Black. That's funny. Like, I mean, but you know what? Like at some point though, you were attracted to that though. You know, and it's like, and I don't blame you because I'm gonna tell you right now, like I gotta
Because
sing for like ratchet ass
mean-
hood chicks. Okay, so I understand. Like it's just I don't want to marry a woman like that or have children with them. But unfortunately, like it's just I don't want to take it way off the rails like this, but it's just more like of a fetish, I guess I can say, than like an actual like attraction.
What
I'm
you
just saying,
talking
like-
about? What you talking about, bro? I am hurt. I am hurt.
Yeah, you see, listen to you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
can do that too.
yeah, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I love it. To be honest, like I know women who are able to do that though, and like you said, still be able to flip the street. It's men like that. It's men who can go and be corporate as hell, and they come home and they just like any regular dude walking the street. Well, I ain't gonna say walking the street. but you know what I'm
Corporate
saying,
thug.
like, yeah,
Corporate
it can
thug.
be, yeah, it can be like that. Like it's just the way that it is. But sometimes it's men out here and women who are afraid. I know them just like you do. That guy you talking about is probably like that. They're afraid to advance. They think that not
So-
being they self is like is like some kind of like they doing a disservice to themselves when they don't realize
do
like
you
you really
think-
keep yourself trapped.
Do you think that's exactly because you just touched on something that Torch said earlier about Monique and her inability to separate from this trope that she got going on? Like I said, like in the chat earlier, I was watching a live last night and somebody said that Monique wants to turn everything into a civil rights movement. So do you think that because she is unable, she is unwilling to separate herself from this dynamic, my man, I mean, just because it's been working it worked for the first 40 years don't mean it's working anymore.
Right. Thank
And
you. Thank you.
obviously it's keeping her in a place where she can't get out of. When we talking about this while everybody was on lockdown? Good Lord.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
see,
mean,
but see, I'm sorry, DJ. Go ahead.
yeah, this will be quick. The thing is, she doesn't realize is that, see, a lot of these A-list actors, they change agents like they change clothes. She's not willing to. The problem is that I believe she's outgrown. She might have got a few good gigs out of her daddy, but now there's a certain level of professionalism that these people want, and they cannot provide that. They cannot provide that. That's the problem. They
You know what
want.
I'm hoping? I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh no. Go ahead.
What I'm hoping, what you just said, I'm hoping that being on tour with Kat will rub off on her.
Yes.
And yeah, you know what's gonna rub off on her is a big ass check, because her like the the means to this end. I mean, the ends to this means that she did for this interview, which is this thing is going to surpass 10 million views. It's going to go crazy. Cat Williams is about to hit 60 million. It's ridiculous. Their tickets are going through the roof. After Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, his ticket prices tripled.
Yep.
And people were paying it. After Cat Williams did his show, like I live in Akron, Ohio, and my brother was going to Cat Williams and Mike Epps were coming to Cleveland sometime soon, and they decided, they said him and his wife were trying to figure out whose tickets to buy. They bought Mike Epps because he had Country Wayne and some other people coming with him or something, D-Ray or somebody. And then the next week, the Cat Williams interview dropped, and then they said, well, okay, let's go buy Cat Williams tickets instead. And they just went through the roof. Now Monique's ticket prices is about to go through the roof. So that's really, it's a double-edged sword that she got. She get to kill two birds with one stone. She get to say her piece on the platform, where Shannon obviously is just letting everybody talk. He not interrupting people. He not questioning them. He letting them just go off. And then the other side of that sword is that she get to get higher ticket prices, which is good for her. So I think that is the biggest thing that's going to come out of that for her. It's just more money.
She won the Oscar. Was it Oscar or Golden Globe? I don't know which one it is.
She won both.
Wow. Okay.
For Precious. Yeah.
That right there, she should be making more money. But
well, that's where the blackball part came in.
Yeah,
I think if she gets a different agent, let's put it this way. I'm not going to guarantee that if she got a different agent, she would be doing better, but it's definitely something she's going to have to try on, and I would not get an agent who's a friend of yours or anything like that. I would get somebody who's not oblivious, respects your work, respects your art, but is not a hookup, if you know what I mean. It's just a, and I think she would do better.
Where it's just business, not a personal connection. The business.
Right. Exactly, Darnell. Exactly. Welcome, Darnell, to the stage, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Darnell. I finally get to be on with Darnell. Hey.
Hello, man. How are you? Hello?
Oh, my bad. I'm doing well.
Phoenix, do you still sing?
I have not. That situation happened to me about 5 years ago. So it's been about 5 years since I've been on the stage.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty recent in a singing career wise. That's pretty recent.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. So you probably have some. So okay. That's cool. I respect that.
I got my mixtape and everything.
Well, we got to get it. We got to get it sold then. I mean, how many out there would buy Phoenix Soul's mixtape? Put
No,
something
they
in the
ain't heard
chat.
me
Put the
sing.
one.
No, they're gonna be mean. Don't do that. They're gonna be mean.
I bet they won't. I don't know about you, but I'll go buy it. Shoot. Yeah, I mean,
I appreciate that.
yeah, you want to give us a little taste? A little taste?
Really?
Hey, why? I mean, it's up to you. I'll leave that up to you.
What? Okay, give me something simple, and I'll sing it for you.
Okay, how about If This World Were Mine by I don't know how old you are, but have you
I can tell you over 55. That's the first thing you say.
Oh man. Okay, you can just sing something updated. What do you want to sing?
Boy, if you ever left my side, if it's taking the sun from the sky.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, she got some power behind
I'm
that
sorry
voice.
it was loud.
I know. So, yeah,
It's strong with a K.
I hear that. You did that. You did that. I mean, the thing is that I mean, you did it. You did that on just right out of the blue. And so, like my sister sung, and she has to warm up. You know, she has to warm up. But for you to do that,
Hey,
that was damn good.
Hey, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Okay, you got them strong. No wonder they was hiring you. Damn. You know?
Yeah, a minute and 48 seconds. A minute and 48 seconds. Most of the time I was singing the national anthem. And that's a minute and 48 seconds a cappella. And you know, I could do that at any key that I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And a minute and 48 seconds for at least anywhere between $100 to $400 a pop.
Dang, that's some quick money right there.
I know,
That's
right?
cool.
It was better. It was better. It was actually better than the dope game. I tried my hand at that for a little minute. I got stories.
Like, I see. We're gonna have to do a live stream. Phoenix Soul. I got stories. You know, it just play. You know, you can play your music in the background while you tell us the stories about your life. That would be kind of cool.
Hey, we working on it. You know, I got some young men in my life, my sons. They constantly pushing me, you know what I'm saying? So
That
I
is
just
too
been
cool. I don't know about you, but everybody in the chat is loving it. Yeah, Miss RV says
thank
I'd
y'all.
buy too.
That's pretty dope.
You know. Yeah. Welcome to the stage, Tev. How you doing tonight?
Good.
Oh, I get to be on with Taylor too. It's a party now.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway,
You know what about Monique? I heard stories about people who used to be on this one particular reality show. Monique was the host of in 2007. I don't want to talk about that woman's name because that woman who had a lot to say about Monique, still that girl ain't changed. She probably 40 now, but and I heard some more things about Monique from people that used to be on that show too. Yeah, I probably know which show I'm talking about, but I don't want to name drop the show right now.
Mm-hmm. You can't come in like that and not give us stuff now.
Yeah,
let's just say the byproduct of that show was Flavor Flav, but it wasn't his show. It was after the show he did. But y'all get the point.
Okay, I think I got. Okay, let me play this right here. This is apparently Monique got a standing ovation in her first gig. So let's see what happens.
And I want to talk to y'all about our brother, Cat Williams. Now, y'all know that is my fraternal twin brother, non-biological, okay? And I want to tell y'all about my twin brother, Cat Williams, baby. Guess what? I'm going to be joining my brother, my twin brother, Cat Williams, on the Dark Matter tour. So I'm excited.
Oh, that's
We
gonna
are
be
excited.
good.
I cannot wait to see y'all, Connecticut.
Yeah, this is good. I
And
think
then Kevin Hart ex-wife supposed to be part of that tour too. So I want to see. I wish I could see that, but
yeah, Cat Williams needs to rename his tour Petty. That's what he needs to rename it. But let me see if I can find out where she gets her. Oh man. Oh.
This female right here is from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Baltimore, Maryland. Give it up for Monique. Let's go.
you know, Monique is an executive producer too.
Okay, that goes on for another 3 minutes. So she got a standing ovation. Wow. So that's a good. I'm not going to say she's going to be successful, but let's just say I think that's a good start.
It's not for lack of talent, and of course, like you said earlier, or Devontae was saying, like she gonna sell the tickets now.
Yeah, I think Cat Williams did a masterful job putting this together. He did a great job.
Monique was on this film her and her husband produced last year on BET Plus called The Reading. That mess was funny.
Mm-hmm. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. He is on point. If she allows him to mold her and makes her husband understand that he has to play a close second while she gets back on track, this may turn out well. Bars.
Yeah,
Why Seeking Knowledge.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Why Seeking Knowledge? Where is Darnell? That Darnell, he's probably eating. He's probably getting something to eat. Darnell, you there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, by the way, Darnell, I moved the numbers debate to, I believe, Monday.
Oh, is it possible you can move it to like Friday or Saturday? Because I'm off those days.
Oh, that's right. I got it. My bad. We'll do it next Saturday.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I get up at 2:30 in the morning.
Hey, get that money. Get that money.
Yes, sir.
But okay, and I got another one to play for you. So she's off to a good start. Maybe this will help her be a little. Maybe I've noticed that sometimes when people get what they want, they're less manipulative. But I think she would really benefit from having a bona fide agent, whether it's Cat Williams or somebody who can open those gates for her, and she doesn't have to worry about putting her foot in her mouth, because I think that's what happened a lot.
I think she needs some therapy too. She needs some therapy. She needs a therapist.
Yep. So here's a quick.
Lord, Mike Epps. It gonna be. I saw a clip of Mike Epps talking about Shannon Sharp on Instagram. That was funny.
Right. This clip is brought to you by New Diamond. She threw it on in my email. Here we go.
Peace and love, family. Welcome to Night and Day Talk Media. Comedian Mike Epps takes it to the stage, saying Club Shay Shay called him up to do an interview. Mike went on to say he's not doing an interview with Medea, referring to Shannon Sharpe as Medea without the wig.
Oh Lord.
That nigga Shannon Sharpe called me trying to do an interview. I said, no, Medea, I ain't doing no interview. So you can sit across from me and look at my
I can't
balls.
laugh good right now because it hurts.
Thought he was going to attack Cat, that nigga there. Nigga shit is called Shay Shay. The nigga's telling you. Put a wig on that nigga, tell me if that ain't motherfucking Medea's sister, nigga. They exposing every motherfucking body. They got TDJ fucked up. Now that's fucked up. All that money that nigga done got from God, they done came out on him.
Do y'all think Shay Shay looks like Medea without the wig or no? In my opinion, Shay Shay looks like he can be Medea's brother. What y'all think? Comment your thoughts
Agreed.
below.
All right. That was pretty funny.
I agree.
Hey, y'all heard Kelly talking about doing this interview with him.
Doing who?
Our interview with Shannon Sharpe.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard somebody talking about this, about R. Kelly gonna start exposing more people.
Oh, I heard that. I heard about that. I did,
He's
but
trying to get out.
yeah, he won't get out, but he might get a few
Oh,
a
yeah,
few
he ain't
years
gonna get
shaved
out, but he
off.
gonna get some more butt cellmates to join the party.
That's messed up. But his mind is telling him no.
And I
but
heard
his body.
JC is one of the targets.
Yeah, Jay-Z. To me, that's why I thought what Jay-Z trying to like be complain on what is Grammys, Emmys, whatever the heck it was. That was dumb because it's not like he cleaned himself. You know what I mean? He might be joining Diddy when Diddy goes.
And then again, Beyonce got enough awards. I know that Grammys is what it is, but it's a lot of good artists that ain't even won a Grammy yet. Black and white. And I heard Diana Ross didn't win a Grammy either.
That's true.
But Beyonce won several, just not Album of the Year.
Yeah, that's. I think she's got enough hardware myself. Beyonce is Beyonce. I think she's gone a long way. Jay-Z. I think she better. I don't know if she really cares if Jay-Z goes to prison or not. I'm telling you, I'm predicting it. I'm predicting that sooner or later.
She gonna rebound.
Oh yeah, she'll be. Shoot, she might do. She might be happy about it. From what I heard.
I heard something today. Now, I don't know how much validity there is to it, but I heard Solange exposed that the reason she doesn't like Jay-Z to this day is not the fact that he cheated on Beyonce, but who he cheated with. Are y'all ready to hear who it was?
I already know.
Diddy.
Hit me.
Oh, wait a minute, not Diddy.
Diddy. Yes.
Not wait
Yeah.
a minute. I ain't
Yeah,
hear
so
Diddy.
yes, I gotta go back to see if there's the update to get the rest of the story, but that is what we were given today.
Man.
There's no way he cheat with no, not Diddy, no.
Oh man.
Keep it on the down low.
I really don't want to know because if ain't no telling who Diddy done been with.
I mean, the thing is this that it almost makes sense in a way. They're both
Doesn't
very
it?
close. They're both very close. So, and we know at least Diddy does everybody,
Diddy diddles everybody.
Diddy, yeah, he sure does. So, You know,
I don't know, cause Kanye used to be in
Yeah.
JC Circle some years ago, so I don't. That's why I don't want to know, cause
hmm
Bridget's like, take everybody for HIV. Yeah, basically.
I mean
Take
that too,
everybody.
but that too, if you there are ways you can still sleep around to prevent yourself from catching that thanks to PrEP, but that
Man.
and testing,
Did you say
CBT,
PrEP?
yep, that, and I think more black women need to get on PrEP. They need to get tested and get on PrEP. If they still ain't that 3-letter H negative, they can stay that way with the help of PrEP. Because I heard about PrEP years ago.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, how did you know so much about it? No.
I know people.
Okay.
Yeah, who
Okay.
work in the health. I know about the healthcare field too. So
Oh, okay, got it.
a little bit about it.
Yeah, why I think acknowledge Diddy deals with Dingleberry. God, we got roast going on in here. Oh man. But yeah, that's Mike Epps right there. What else? Thought I had one more. One more. But it's good. It's so good to see that she got a standing ovation. I just hope, like I said, sometimes when things go good for a person, they tend to improve their lives. So we'll see what happens with that.
I hope so, because if there's any truth to, what they're saying about her borrowing money from Kevin Hart and facing homelessness or eviction, I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird that I mean the thing is this. I think the problem. This is what, believe it or not, it just hit me. It just hit me hard. DL probably. That's weird that we were talking about DL and now we're talking about DL. Two different DLs though, people. Okay.
No, probably the same.
Probably the same.
You
'cause
never
who
know.
knows?
No, because I think another thing we haven't thought about is DL is believe it or not is very jealous of Monique. I think why he's so bitter about it is other than her exposing his misstep with his daughter, but is that she has more accolades than him.
Well, I
He's
mean,
never
doesn't
been.
that just a
He's never
question?
been.
Doesn't that? Oh,
I'm
look.
sorry, my bad.
No, it's my
Okay.
bad. I interrupted you.
This will be quick. Just think about it. He's never been in a movie as big as Precious or anything like that, right? He's pretty much been
No.
on the, he's been kind of like a cameo here and there,
And he been on.
and that's
And
about it.
Only thing
No, he had
cause
his own
the
show back
Hugh
in the day.
Geekly show and his little radio show, and
Yeah.
and I don't even know. I forgot what he acted in besides his show.
And he also became an anchor, I believe, on CNN too.
Really? I'm gonna look that up.
But she's got hardware and he doesn't. If you know what I mean.
Well, doesn't that go right along with a good percentage of our men who are jealous of the women?
Yeah, because I
And
guess
you gotta
that's what
watch out for the other. You gotta watch out for our women who are jealous of other women that's doing better than them.
Yeah, but I guess that's why I thought he was putting a little bit too much on his too much vulgarity on his reply, because believe it or not, I thought as Diego Hughley as more of an articulate, cerebral type of comedian. But after I heard that dirt come out of his mouth, it's like, this was a guy I respect. I really did respect. And so I guess some of my feelings about him was in shock. But I think about it and I'm saying, well, if I really draw out the paper and I start doing numbers, technically, Monique is more successful than him, at least as far as what she's done compared to what he's done.
Yeah.
With the little bit of exposure or the little bit of movies that she's done after getting the so-called getting so-called blackballed. She's done things at a higher level than he has. If you know what I mean. I'm not.
Monique's still in the game. Cause I heard,
Yeah.
was she? I know she was in Raising Kanan in that movie she did on BET Plus last year.
Yeah, she's still in the game, but I think she wants to be more in the game. But I'm telling you, I think she should get a new agent.
So I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of these black celebrities need to do independent film work. That way they can still do the big pan Hollywood stuff, but they need to do independent work at the same time too.
True. I'm sorry, Phoenix. So did I interrupt? What were you saying?
No, I did. I asked. I got to ask the question. So, and you guys answered it. And Darnell was right. I looked it up. DL Hughley did do a show on CNN Network for a year.
Well, okay, so he did that show, but no major movies. Is that
No.
accurate? Okay.
Yeah, nothing that I can remember. I just know about the TV show from when I was a kid. I never really did get into it.
And then the crazy thing about his TV show, them kids on that show, I'm their age now. They might be a little older than me.
Yeah. Oh, you mean okay? Yeah, the DL Hughley show, whatever it was. Yeah, that's been a minute. So I can see why he's bitter, because I can see why he's bitter at her, along with the way that she handled herself. I think he's thinking, wait a minute, you've been more successful than me, and then you're gonna go and talk about me, and that's what set him off. So I understand why he got vulgar, but I still don't believe he should have got vulgar. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, but if it's true that Monique was talking about his family, especially his daughter, I mean, I think anybody, I'm not don't condone becoming vulgar.
It's kind of weird, because she wasn't talking about his daughter. She was talking about how he handled the situation with his daughter. If that makes sense. She didn't name call his daughter. If anything, she felt bad about what went down with his daughter, and she was calling him a snake for the way he handled it. How he kind of
Monique probably said what she said about that, because she's a victim of childhood SA herself. That probably triggered her, but who knows?
And it's kind of like, can you really blame her? I mean, that's. I remember. I don't know if you guys remember when I was playing that creepy Kevin Samuels clip about him saying, like, if him and the woman that he was interviewing got married and had kids, and he saw he saw her daughter, which was technically not his, in the shower, and his daughter said that. And her daughter, the woman's daughter, said that that Kevin touched her. What would he do? What would the woman do? And it was creepy. Let me see if I can bring that up. That was creepy. I need to bring it up, but it makes sense right now. Y'all can talk. This will take me only a second to bring up.
Tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep. Okay, found it real quick. Good. Okay. This is what I want to bring it up.
How can you adopt? And this is a question all women are going to have to answer for themselves. How are my children benefiting you as my husband?
Okay, let me make sure I got that up on screen for you, everybody.
I never thought about that.
Well, and that's the problem.
What would you suggest? I'm just wondering, because
I would say it's going to be extremely difficult. But what I would suggest is women who actually think about it from the man's side, understanding that my child.
Let me
with a
fast forward.
package deal. If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll
Okay,
be
here we
honest,
go.
it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right?
Oh,
Let's
shit,
say
here
we
we
have
go.
2 kids together.
Okay, listen close. Listen close. Here we go.
And your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship will have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower. Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. So that means I should never listen to it. That means I should avoid women like you, because off the rip, your desire to defend your child blew up. You got 2 of my kids, and off rip, your protective instinct says everything, including those other 2 kids.
Understood.
Do you?
No,
You said the relationship would have to end. So what would you tell our 2 children?
That's a tough situation.
No, you said the relationship would have to end. So
it would have to end, because
but
I
what would you
listen
tell?
to any of my kids. If I had 3 kids, 1 by someone else and 2 by my.
But what I'm telling you, what I'm saying is what we tell our 2 children.
The truth.
Wow. I mean, every time I see that, that's just crazy to me. But if that's basically the thing is that what Monique was saying was that basically D.L. Hughley threw his daughter out to the wolves in so many words, which is one of the wolves just happened to be his friends. I don't know if that's, and so, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just a question. Did she do that in private?
Oh, talking about D.L. Hughley? Not anymore. That's how not anymore. If it wasn't private, it ain't now. But basically, what it was that one of D.L. Hughley's friends, which I believe they're still friends today, messed with his daughter, and then when his daughter told him, he said she lied or something. He said she was lying.
And he's still friends with this man.
Still, yeah.
And that proves to us how degenerate D.L. Hughley is.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, if that's exactly how it happened and what happened, I'm cool on DL. After being cool with DL, I'm cool on DL now. No, that's not gonna work.
You can't say DL no more. You got to call him by his name. You can't say DL. It's messing me up every time you say it.
Down, yeah, DL, down low is sick too. No, Mr. Boosie. Man, so yeah, I mean, and this is the craziness. It's like if your own daughter can't even be safe around, what's the point? Damn, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me get out. That's just crazy to me. So I guess that's why I was biased when it came to down to Monique versus DL. I was kind of biased towards Monique only because I haven't heard her have any stories where she's throwing her kids to the wolves, per se. That's what I call it. Is, where's all this protection that these men advertise? That's the thing that I'm not seeing. So
no, I mean we out here on our own. Black women, we out here on our own. We got each other. That's why we need to get rid of this talking trash between each other about who has a man and who does not. That's why it's such promotion for decentering men, deconstructing patriarchy. All of that is valid.
why is really telling the truth on this part, but that's a subject I'm not comfortable talking about either.
What'd she say?
It's something about just read her comment.
Well, she says, my nephew
She
says
talk
all
about
men want it.
she talk about us as men, our prostate area.
Oh wow.
Wait, I'll let
Oh.
Phoenix. So go ahead and read why Seeking Knowledge is
I'm gonna do it like you, DJ. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. My nephew says all men want it. Wait, don't be late. Don't make me laugh. My
Okay,
my
let me sit
nephew
up.
says all men want it, but they either won't admit it or knock it before they try. I tend to believe him. Their G spot is about 4 inches in the prohibited zone.
And us as men know what that area is, the prostate area.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm knocking it. I'm sorry, I ain't doing that. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna pass. How about you,
That's
Darnell?
why
You
it's
gonna pass?
uncomfortable. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why it's uncomfortable for me talking about that area.
Knock in the boot.
Oh
Okay,
man. Oh, Deontay left. I just noticed that Deontay left. I didn't
yeah,
know.
I was wondering where he was.
Okay, I guess Deontay, thank you if you can still hear us. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate your words of wisdom and everything. JG Music's in the house. JG says this: Lifetime is showing back to back Black Girl Missing, True Story movies back to back, and okay, Lifetime, okay, and the media, the cops, and the world act like they can care less about Black women missing and being violated. Yeah, basically.
Actually, there's a ring of truth in that comment. I don't know. Does anybody remember when Lacey Peterson disappeared? Anybody remember Lacey Peterson? Yeah,
Yeah, I
she was the white
remember
that disappeared.
Pregnant.
Yeah, pregnant. Police suspected her husband of wrongdoing, but there was just no evidence. Well, around the same time, there was a Black woman that disappeared, but she was in Philly. Same exact story as Lacey Peterson. Same exact story. Pregnant, missing, suspected, the husband. But the Black woman never received half the media attention not even half that Lacey Peterson had received. It was just, it's just ridiculous the bias, in the media when it comes to, women of color ended up missing or dead, versus white women.
Wait, give me one, Tev, give me 1 second. You can go on right after I read this Mistress Newbie bar of message here. My father always told me that I never ask anyone for anything. I told him since childhood, people always expected something that I wasn't willing to give, so I started doing things on my own. Bars.
That's most of us. That's the story that I hear from most of us brown skinned girls.
Yep. I'm sorry, Ted, what are you gonna say?
Hey, what I'm about to say was, do y'all go to Walmart and look at they got a big wall of missing children on it.
Oh yeah.
I see a lot. I see a lot of all races of children, both male and female, on there. And it is sad that Blacks don't get enough coverage when they go missing, but all other race, well, I ain't finna mention that, but it's more people than we know missing.
Mm-hmm. It's the same with Native American women.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. Any last words for tonight?
Yeah, I guess I can. Go ahead, Darnell.
I was just gonna say, go San Francisco, Super Bowl Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Let's beat them Chiefs. Get that 6th Super Bowl ring.
I think it's going to be a very interesting game.
I mean, I said the Chiefs. Yeah, it is the Chiefs.
I thought you said cheeks.
No, Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
Some odd
yeah.
reason,
Well,
I'm thinking Ravens for a minute. I don't know why.
I quite honestly think the Ravens should have made it. They just messed up. They would have. I think they would have if they would have got past Kansas City, which they should have. They would have had an easy time with the Niners. But I think the Niners are going to give Kansas City everything that they're going to have a trouble with, unless if Mahomes has a good game, it's over. It's done. But other than that, and I think he won't have a good game. I think he'll have an okay game. It's going to be to the wire. It's going to be like a field goal. A field goal.
That area.
Oh God, don't say field goal. You know the 49ers kicker, that he has a tendency to miss field goal.
I'm afraid that there we go then. That's I'm a Niners fan, but I got to go by the numbers. So it's gonna be it very well could be KC, because I think it's gonna come down to a field goal, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a 1 point difference.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all know, hearing y'all talk about football, I can say that's another thing I could put on my list that I don't miss about dating men.
You don't have to sit there.
I don't have
mean,
to.
when I was,
No.
some men like football, other men like basketball, or some
And
men
that
like
too.
one
That
or
too.
both.
When I met my husband, I felt like I hit the jackpot because he did not do sports, but MMA, boxing, anything, in the fighting arena, that's what he loved. And consequently, that's also what one of my sons is into. So that I can get with, but football, basketball, that I can't do it. I can't.
Hey, I understand. Believe it or not, I'm really a soccer dude, but a football will have to do for now.
Soccer is called football in the UK.
Soccer is called football. Soccer is called football everywhere else but the U.S.
That too.
Well, I guess if I'm gonna say, I don't know if I got any final words, because I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. Thank you, Torch. Why Seeking Knowledge said that the platform means a lot to her, and I share in that sentiment.
I would like to have an all-star panel with you, Why Seeking Knowledge, Darnell, Kevin,
Big Cap.
yeah, Mr.
Big
Mr.
Cap.
Mr. Snoopy, and I'd keep my mouth shut. I let you all rock. I'm still gonna do that. I'm still gonna do that thing about I got stories. Phoenix Soul.
Hey, you done gave me an idea.
Yeah, the Phoenix Soul documentary.
Look, I done got to the age now where, I'm talking to the kids, I'm telling them stories. They're like, yeah, we heard this one. I done got to that age.
Hey, look, I think a lot of young ladies would love to hear your story. So,
thank
so
you.
may I ask you a question before you drop off?
Of course.
What was it like, being a singer, especially a woman of color and being a singer? Did you get the Whitney Houston effect kind of thing? Where
go ahead.
Where you remember after disco died, black artists who weren't getting the same treatment. Those that did become successful, that crossed over in the mainstream, i.e., such as Whitney Houston, they were seen by the community as by the black community as sellouts, and I think it damaged Whitney, quite a bit, before her demise, did you ever suffer any of that hatred from your own community?
Yes. And I'm gonna go while you were. I'm gonna go this far with it. Like I said, I've lived many lifetimes within this one. You know, I was in the military. I got out. Look, I don't know. I was a scripper too. Okay. And then I got to turn things around and do what I love and sing. And in all those different situations, my biggest successes came from mixed arenas. As long as I was catering to my people, skin folk, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have much success at all. As soon as I crossed into being with the Caucasian people and others, then yes. And then, like I said too, and you mentioned, it's interesting. You mentioned Whitney, because you see, as soon as she got with Bobby Brown, America didn't like that. And they didn't want to have nothing to do with her. I have found that has also been the case in my life, in many different jobs, in many different arenas. Same. I've experienced the same. I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it does. It does actually.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna hit the beat. Phoenix Soul. Like I said, look, if you'll know when you're set up to do a live stream, because you'll be on there. You'll be on the thumbnail. Wait a minute.
Thank y'all.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Everybody, I'm gonna hit the beat. Here we go. Oops. Wait, hold on.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. It's not hard to fool me, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your good night.
All right.
'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah.
Phoenix Soul. Why seeking knowledge? Mistress Newbie. Mystic Moon. JG Music. Miss RV. Kittens in Caskets. Bridget Mouton.
It's not a problem.
May is Fat Albert's
'Cause
sister.
I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow.
I bet time.
No need to say where we are heading now, babe.
Sandy Red.
I follow to the edge of it all.
New Diamond.
So tell your good night.
Kevin, the lifestyle guy.
'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible night. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night. brighter, better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Black Cow. All right, everybody. Have a good night.